Live now from wherever I am, which I don't want you to know because that's a secret. But today we're going to be covering someone who's in the chat apparently, unless he pops out. The Geek Gateway. Now, why I can't necessarily, I say, know much about him. It doesn't seem he knows much about the subject matter that I'm going to be covering. That he's covering. Yeah, real meta stuff. Let's just get into it. Kept it a surprise till now. Ah. Oh, I put on the wrong one. I'm an idiot and a half. Whew. I thought I had it on the right one. Fun stuff, fun stuff. That was quite trippy. Did that trip anyone up? Trip me up. Ooh. Now we got into it. It makes me look a bit foolish, but I think people take themselves too seriously.
That's right, the hypocrisy that she's been showing lately. You see, I didn't really want to talk about this. This isn't a subject that I've been looking into a lot, but we had a live stream the other day. Someone mentioned Melanie Mack, and so we took a look. And I was astounded.
Astounded. So astounded. I love being astounded. Are you, Tony, loving being astounded? I find it great, man.
By the amount of hypocrisy coming from this one person. And we're going to focus on some of that today. Her criticisms of the story of the rebooted Tomb Raider franchise. But before we get into it, let me remind you to like the video, share it with your friends.
Of course, you have to like the video. Not my video. Actually, dislike my video. I don't care about
now. This here is Melanie Mack's appearance on the Critical Drinkers channel.
Oh, Critical Drinkers.
This is happy hour number 47, Tomb Raider franchise featuring.
I covered two hacks trying to make bad arguments against him. Tony, I'm probably going to take a different approach because he takes a radically different approach also.
Now, this was about 8 months ago. Let's see what Melanie Mack has to say about the Tomb Raider franchise.
Yeah, it does feel like it. And then even when you, the story isn't coherent among the trilogy, I think obviously it's just all speculation. But what it appears to me is that originally it seems like they set
speculation. She's going into conspiracy theories now. Why aren't you jumping on that, man? Such bad commentary.
Up the reboot to where they wanted to go back to the classic style, but because the reboot game sold so well, they were like, let's turn it into a trilogy. And then when they did, then the story like contradicts each other from time to time, especially from Rise to Shadow. It doesn't add up, and it doesn't.
You know, normally I would want some context for this, but fuck it, let's just go with this premise. It's good enough.
Line up, and it's just kind of a mess story wise.
So she says it's kind of a mess story wise. It doesn't add up, doesn't line up, contradicts itself. Also, bonus hypocrisy. She said that the
bonus round fight. Really need to add some Street Fighter graphics in here. Gotta love that bonus stage.
Who sold so well that that's why they turned it into a trilogy. Now, if you go to her channel, Melanie Mack Go Boom, you'll see that she's claiming that the reboot trilogy actually didn't sell well, which kind of contradicts what she just said here. But that's not all, because she released a video a couple months ago. And again, she's talking about the story of the Tomb Raider reboot.
So slow. I thought I spoke slow, but speed them up, man.
It's in context to the movie. So this is from her channel.
Right.
It says Tomb Raider movie sequel looks unalived.
Unalive.
So this is talking about
the
zombie rebooted, the movie, the
zombie apocalypse,
rather than new movie starring what's her name, Vikander, something Vikander. Let's see what Miss Melanie Mack has to say.
Wanted to continue on. He just wanted to continue with it's him and his wife duo, I believe. Writing and directing, and what they wanted to do was basically continue the stories that we've seen with the rebooted
True
games,
patriot.
Which to me, that's one of the weakest things in the entire rebooted franchise is the story. So it makes zero sense to act.
So she says the weakest part of the reboot series is the story. The weakest part. The other stuff might be bad, but the absolute worst part is the story. Now we're gonna skip ahead in this video because she talks about the movies. We're not really interested in that particular criticism right now.
Gonna skip ahead myself. Okay, not really concerned about that. Let's see how he ends this.
Went over a lot of that in the past.
So she said that she feels that
the frog's skipping a lot. Makes sense. Good avatar, man. Good avatar. Hopping around. At least you're not as bad as some people doing criticism against Melanie Mack. God, Bob trying to concern troll her. You feel so bad. You can just see the deadness in her eyes. I can help you. I can be a man for you because I've been divorced. But you know what? And that's just my conspiracy theory or headcanon in this case.
Rebooted franchise has tainted Laura. The story's terrible. Everything's terrible. And she's gone over it in the past. Now, this is actually true. This is very true. Melanie Mac has gone over these franchises, these games in the past. So we're going to see what she has to say about these particular things.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Seems about right. But you know what? I'm being unfair here.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the original game, the 2013 game. And this is from March 5th, 2013, right when the game was released. Melanie Mac here says, as a fan from the original...
Okay. Pause. You have to go back that far. Get her original thoughts. You know what? He's going to continue. Let's see what clip he gets. Okay, let's see the context. I don't care about any of this bullshit here. You know, I'm becoming a frog myself.
A compliment. That account is suspended, but she said, best compliment ever. Seems like she really, really enjoyed that first Tomb Raider game. But let's look at one more tweet in regards to this first Tomb Raider game.
One more tweet, because tweets are so important to this story. How old is this next tweet?
A 2013 reboot game. But I found a couple tweets. And this is another tweet here. It says, well, I beat Tomb Raider. Now excuse me while I cry since it's over. Mr. Rob here says, was it that short? Oh my. Melanie Mac says, 14 hours and I still have a lot of collectibles challenges. Not too short. Rob replies,
blah, blah, blah. Trying to establish, you can almost respect this if it wasn't 10 years old. And Alpha Eagle, thank you for coming. I'm going to go over your comment because I don't necessarily agree with you, man, on all things. People do change. And I think he even prefaced it in one of his 2 videos. Again, I think this is faulty. I think this is stupid. But you know what? That's just my personal opinion. Not going to judge him on that. Just got to have a little fun with this.
To her as a child. And here she is saying, best betrayal. This kind of contradicts what she was saying before, right?
And she contradicted herself.
She was saying that the game was garbage. You heard her. She said it was the worst betrayal of Lara Croft ever. You know, all kind of stuff like that. But here it is. She was saying it's best.
Oh, now, she's best girl. Absolutely. A lot of people do think she's best girl. I think she's all right. But she's just the girl in the world. So
we can find out how these 2 games fared for Miss Melanie Mac. And here it is. Rise of the Tomb Raider review. No,
I mean, how does she even label herself? Is she a serious game critic or a commentary? We're about to find out, but let's finish up with this.
Spoilers found from the essence, gathered out of the ether and brought to you so you can hear what Miss Melanie Mac has to say about Rise of the Tomb Raider. Let's go. Let's hear it.
The Tomb Raider.
Give you guys what you're looking for with that. So I'm just going to start off and briefly touch on the story, but not get too much into detail with that because that is something I do not want to spoil for anybody. I have to say, just overall, the story is the absolute best story we've ever seen in any Tomb Raider game. Of course,
the absolute best story in any Tomb Raider game. This is Rise of the Tomb Raider, the second one. First, you said the first one, Tomb Raider, the reboot, 2013, was the best. Now we're getting to the second one. We're getting to Rise, and now she's saying Rise is the best. Rise has gotten better than the previous game. She loves the story.
My opinion, but I played every single Tomb Raider game. They've all had their ups and downs story-wise. And for the reboot that we got, the last game before this one, I didn't like the story. I have to be honest. I did not like.
So now she's saying she didn't like Tomb Raider, the reboot. She liked that story. But this story's good. I'm confused, Melanie. I'm confused because.
Well, that's obviously very easy. Maybe a little bit of context is going to be necessary here. Okay, so I think this clip from Rise, maybe between 2013 would be the original one. I think 2016 is closer to Rise. The exact date, but this is definitely before 2020. And look,
with the price of just
let's take a brief look at Melanie Mac's history because context actually matters, which she was doing those videos and also being on the list for GameStop TV. I used to work at GameStop. She was one of those annoying people that I had to listen to on loop over and over and over. So not necessarily thinking too highly of the woman, but you know, got to do what you got to do in life. And I have this on mute and I could have let it play while I was putting that fluff out there. And look, yeah, I have the quarter in. Judge me for it. He's a mostly idiot, but he does report well on the facts. And I was looking over this. Ooh, Lara Croft. Who is she? Very good information to know. But, you know, facts are for losers. You know, just create whatever narrative you want. take whatever 10-year-old tweets you want out there. Yeah, probably should, man. Should get Premiere, but you know what? I like to do a la carte or a little bit ghetto here.
First video would kind of be to talk about why I'm not on GameStop TV anymore. I never have publicly made some sort of announcement or addressed this.
How
and
dare
it's
she?
a big topic, especially since for years people have been trying to get me canceled and fired from GameStop.
Canceled. Good narrative,
So
girl.
if you don't know who I am, sorry, I will introduce myself. I'm Melanie Mack. I've been making
Check.
mostly gaming related content, but kind of a little bit of everything, just what I like. But I've been doing that for like 12 years now. I've been in this for a while.
12
done a lot of
years.
gaming
So
industry
I
stuff.
think it's more likely she was a shill beforehand. Now, she being honest now. If you want to be good faith, she broke away from the Matrix and free and all that red pill bullshit. But frankly, there's a grain of truth in that. I worked for GameStop, had friends at GameStop, not too high up, but didn't think very highly of them. Don't know how that goes with the GameStop TV crap, but definitely I think brand recognition and how they are doesn't seem like I think she seems like she could have gotten away with a lot from this video. You can watch the video for yourself if you want. But
Then people, anytime I had some sort of take that was not the approved narrative for a woman to have in this social space, in this social new
yeah,
channel,
any narrative.
so there's not much room for. I mean, a lot of y'all know that, especially if you're gamers and stuff. I mean,
No, we
constantly
don't.
trying to cancel
Okay,
people
but it's
because he
fine.
made five
You're
nights
just
at
a
Freddy's and he's
commentator.
Christian, and he voted for Trump.
I don't take you
all
seriously.
this. So they went
You're
after
just
his head
girl in the
essentially,
world.
until he stepped down. They do this all the time. The cancel crowd, all that. They do this all the freaking time. And so because I don't identify as a feminist, because I don't,
Yeah,
I'm not,
I
like,
watched.
super woke.
I actually saw this when this originally came out. Wasn't too impressed. I saw that she was from GameStop. I worked at GameStop. I'm like, is this one of the bitches I heard constantly in the background? Sorry, called her bitch. But you're in the store and you have to listen to this video in the background on loop. Drives you a little loopy. If anyone who worked in retail would know about that.
And all that, I've always had a target on my back. And so anything that I post that they don't like, anything I say they don't like, then they try to come after me and try to ruin my entire livelihood because they can't handle different opinions. So things were mostly okay, though. There was a couple instances where I would get called. I got enough.
Okay. I want to do speed round because I want to give Tony a chance. A basic premise can be found in this playlist I got here. And a bonus round for another surprise, which you might see in there or you might not. The quartering, again, don't judge me. He gets mocked by a lot of people for good reason, but I think even Nerdette says he jumps on things very quickly. He's just a little slow on the update, and she has some sort of narrative that she was friends because of this. And this is probably the wrong video also. I put timestamps on this one. Yep, not the right one. There is plenty in here. Not even going to cover this one. This one was really bad. At least this video from the Geek Getaway was at least rhetorically effective. And this is the one I really wanted to actually cover. Oh, I believe these are lo-fi sort of memes in the beginning. He's sort of getting base with his as take. I swear, even Melanie Mack is sucking as is, you know what.
Saying, if you consider that picture to be objectifying, then it sounds like a personal problem you might want to check yourself on. Zing. And then when a male...
See how cringe. Even if he is good, he stays on top of things. Cringe. But he's informed, at least. His actual opinions are rather milquetoast, sometimes on the mark, and sometimes downright stupid or reductive as hell, but...
He then replies, hey, GameStop, do you really want people like this representing your company? Seriously, dude? Like,
yeah. Much as I think Jeremy is also cringe, I agree with this.
Seriously, this coming from a dude that developed EverQuest, which had some of the bustiest women I've ever seen in modern video games.
Enemy on board!
This is the same guy that just a few days ago wrote, with a new year around the corner,
we
who
have
will stand with
January
me to enrich people's lives instead of...
It sort of went viral. She brings it up in her video. She brings up Gina Carano. And you know what? I can't exactly say she didn't decide to make the choice to leave GameStop because GameStop is a dying company. And I should have taken that off. I'm just going way ahead. Tony hates tacos Tuesday. Such a monster, such a monster. But that is really what I'm saying. And you know what? Gina Carano, here's an actual unbiased source I was managed to find with this freaking stuff, sort of going over that. And you know what? Might as well send the link out. Let's see if it works. In case he wants to come on and talk himself. And there it is. But what does I will wait a bit.
For future seasons of the Pedro Pascal-led series The Mandalorian, or for any other Star Wars project for that matter. On Wednesday, February 10th, 2021, Carano, a former mixed martial artist who has become a recognizable Star Wars series, she's continued to share on social media statements that Lucasfilm deemed, quote, abhorrent. Carano's Kara appeared...
Yeah, abhorrent. Okay, GameStop isn't quite as cut as Disney, obviously. They probably just don't give a shit, given what I know about their corporate structure. Not very good.
Throughout many episodes of The Mandalorian's first and second seasons, aiding Pascal's Din Djarin on his quest to reunite Grogu, a.k.a. Baby Yoda, with other Jedi. Originally, audiences were impressed by Carano's introduction into the Star Wars universe, with many enjoying the strong presence she brought to the series as a former rebel shock trooper turned...
Yeah, strong female, empowered woman here. And they just sort of wasting their time with it.
Bounty hunter. But the star's penchant for expressing her political opinions online, no matter how divisive or offensive those opinions might be, caused many fans to urge Lucasfilm to fire her. As Deadline details, Carano's most recent controversial post on Instagram suggested that being a Republican in the US in 2021 is similar to being Jewish in Nazi Germany. This...
Yeah, edgy ass shit. Anyone really have a freaking issue with that? I mean, people take these actors, which, of course, Melanie Mack was an actor. She was a spokeswoman, sort of someone who probably has to button down. She probably hypes it up just a little bit, but you know what? As I said, GameStop dying, blah, blah, blah. Grift, or if she's just generally coming out, is she really a Christian? I'm not going to place any of that stuff on doubt. She definitely seems genuine, and Bob's take, at least from the clips I've seen on Twitter, seems downright stupid. She seems to be enjoying herself with all she's doing.
Sparked renewed outrage online, and hashtag Fire Gina Carano started trending on Twitter as folks tagged both Disney and Lucasfilm in thousands of tweets in an effort to remove her from The Mandalorian. At that point, Lucasfilm had already taken note of Carano's damaging social media presence, but her post implying that Republicans are being harmed in the same way Jewish people were harmed in Nazi-era Germany was the breaking point. Wednesday evening, the studio released a statement announcing her firing. It reads, Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and...
Jimon, you're very informative, man, but you really need to work on your wording. Okay.
There are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Alongside her exit from the Star Wars series, Variety reports that Carano was also dropped by her talent agency, UTA, due to the offensive nature of the comments she made online. For several months now, fans have been banding together to call for Carano's firing. Carano previously caused controversy in November 2020 when she mocked social media users who list their pronouns, such as she, her, hers, or they, them, theirs in their bios, putting beep, bop, boop in her own profile.
And that was freaking awesome. Take offense to the littlest thing. Frankly, this was a waste, and it is really disappointing. They had the real strong female that a lot of people liked. Even I sort of liked it a little bit, even though The Mandalorian was, had its good things and bad things.
As noted by Variety, Carano also seemingly made a mockery of safety regulations put in place during the COVID-19 pandemic, sharing a photo of someone wearing several cloth masks over their nose and mouth and captioning it, "Meanwhile in California." Carano's most recent posts have since been deleted from Instagram, but screenshots of sci-fi genres over the years was fired from The Mandalorian.
Sorry about that. Tony of Geek Getaway, welcome to the stream. Do you still stand by these videos you made on Melanie Mack, cringe or not cringe? I haven't gone over it, but I thought I would give you a chance to come in and speak your piece.
Are those videos on my channel?
Yes, they are.
Then I stand by them.
Okay. You're that sort of man, or would you rather be referred as a frogman? I mean, it's up to you, man. Okay. What is your preferred pronouns?
Bored and as hell.
Okay. How can we fix that? You're not really jiving with what I'm putting down here.
Yeah,
Really-
I'm not picking up what you're putting down. I don't even know what the hell we're doing here.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you going for own on freaking Melanie Mac is a complete fail because, frankly, especially your second video, I'm not even going to cover that, but we can come back to it. So, what do you think about that Melanie Mac video? You want to do some criticism together, review that video that I was covering of her? Would that be a nice change of pace for you?
No, I just want to know what the hell I'm doing here. You
I
were
didn't
talking
invite
about me.
You wanted to come on.
I didn't
was
want to
saying
come on.
pretty much you going for the own on Melanie Mac is cringe. I'm trying to establish that. That's sort of how these videos and streams work, man. Okay. You can't just repeat what someone's saying and being like, oh, I'm confused. This seems so stupid to me. I'm sorry. Doesn't work for me. I mean,
Dude,
literally
literally
your audience.
Literally, your boy T-Matt said someone's doing a stream on me, and I found this stream, and I said, hey, let me watch this stream because I always love it when people make streams on me. And then you started talking about some shit I said about Melanie Mac, and then you're like, hey, is that cringe? I'm like, no, it ain't fucking cringe. Melanie Mac, either she's a liar in the past, and she has to own up to the fact that, hey, she lied. She has not once come out and said, hey, guys, I was told to say these things in the past, and that's why I had these opinions. She's pretending like those opinions don't exist. What I was doing was establishing that, hey, this is a thing that she said that she deleted from her YouTube channel. She's hidden the videos.
Have you always
no one has
been,
access to them.
Outsider, never been able to fit in, not understanding the pressure to conform to certain social standards, and after so many years, sort of getting.
Is that what Melanie Mac said? Did she say all that stuff?
No,
that you're
but you
applying
can
to?
sort of figure
So
out.
what you're saying is you're just assuming things. You're assuming things to make it so.
Things yourself.
You're
I can
assuming
assume
for
things all-
herself.
you can assume things. We can.
I didn't
all
assume nothing.
Assume things.
I didn't assume
Oh, you didn't assume anything.
Nope.
You're
not a
just
thing.
talking out of your ass half the time.
No, I didn't. I
Making
showed what
assumptions.
she said, and I showed what she said now, and I
Yes,
showed what
when
she said
was
before.
most likely under a contract. Do you know what a contract is?
Plenty.
I mean, there is no evidence for the contract.
So
but
what you're saying
you
is you're
use
making an
the
assumption again.
Social contracts is.
Oh,
still,
now it's a
you know.
social contract. So when she
Oh,
posted,
social contracts. Yeah, totally.
so when she
stupid,
made
man.
public tweets, she was forced to make those public tweets.
Not forced, but probably encouraged to.
So she
actually
could have
a
chose
social
not to. Is
media
what you're saying.
presence.
So what you're saying is she could have chose not to say those things, but she did anyway. So again, either she could just come out and say, "Hey guys,
repressed and
hey guys,
felt
I
that-
was forced to make these. I was encouraged to make these. I was told to make these." She's never done that. All she did was delete the videos and pretend like they don't exist. I
Okay.
simply found them, pointed them out, and said, "Hey, here's what she said before. Here's what she says now. You make up your mind. Do you think that she's a liar? Do you think that she's pandering to an audience? That's up to you to decide. I report the news. I don't make the news. Okay."
Okay.
I think that's the problem that you're
just
having.
put a
Here.
little bit of a spin, a little bit of a framing, throwing things in, just
What did I throw in? What did I spin?
what did you throw in? Let's get back to your video. Let's see. Maybe you're just so boring I fell asleep. It's sort of hard to tell. Okay, let's get
Literally
back to
everything
your
I showed
video.
is words from her mouth, tweets
Yes,
from her.
But obviously, you have no understanding of the social state that people actually live in. Maybe you're just
so
determining
I
on-
again.
I don't know. I'm just
Again, it's really simple because you're trying to make this harder than it is. Either she lied before or she's lying now, right? We both
why
agree
does
to
it have
that.
to be such a black and white issue? You can.
You just said
sort
that she
of,
was forced.
follow
The social
Okay.
contract made her say those things. So that means
No,
she was
I didn't
lying.
say it
Either
made
she
him.
had those
I just
opinions
brought up
or
the
she
fact there
didn't.
is a
Either
social
she
contract
held.
between two different people.
Did she hold those opinions or not? That's the question. Either she held the opinions and then now
Okay.
changed her opinions, or
Let's
she never held those
go with
opinions.
the hypothetical.
and she
She
lied.
held those opinions because she was trying to fit in, or because
I
she
don't
believed
care
them.
why
It's
she
one of
held
those
them.
two. Oh, so you don't care about the reasons?
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
understand. That's cringe. You don't care about the people you're talking about. You don't
Nope.
want to get to know them. You don't.
Don't care about them.
Okay, what about Frost? Was she not cringe when she was
My
even
multiplayer
worse
experience
with
versus the
this?
solo player one, but I actually want to talk about something so much more important than Red Dead
Was she
Online.
cringe?
Sexism in gaming.
Cringe
So
or not?
that's cringe, sexism in gaming.
In joining G4,
Her sort of little speech, you don't find this way more mock worthy than Melanie Mac?
So let me see if I understand this. Melanie Mac, who said almost similar things to Frost, but that was social contract. But when Frost says it, that was obviously cringe because Frost meant it, right?
You can
That
be a
was-
social contract and it be cringe. They're not
So
exclusive, man.
so did Melanie Mack, was it cringe that she said those things? Or was
I
she
don't
forced
know.
to say them? How do you know Frost
He
wasn't
definitely
forced to
framed
say
it in a
these
much
things?
better way.
Maybe
okay?
Frost was forced. Maybe there was a
Maybe she was forced.
Did
And
you watch the
maybe
interview
she
with
was gonna
Frost?
go to an interview to
Did you
Jeremy
watch the interview?
Porter and
Did you watch the interview with Frost where she actually talks about why she said this and what happened and how they basically put her out
remember that.
to dry?
Okay. Do you want to look for that and talk
You
about
don't have
it?
to go.
Are
All you have to
putting
do
it
is
up
go.
in?
You're on YouTube already. Culturescape Frost Curin. It's right there. My buddy Pete did an interview with her.
Oh, Culture Gate.
Scape.
Okay.
Culture scape, not culture gape. What are we gaping culture now? We're opening it up.
Maybe if you want. Oh, shit. Your words aren't necessarily coming through as clearly as you think they are. Okay. Okay. Let's look at an interview. Okay. Yep. Oh, this is a long one.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a certain point that you can point out to?
Oh, not off the top of my head. I was not come here prepared to talk about what Frost said or why.
Okay. You need to adjust. Let's see.
Oh, wait, it's coming in.
It's coming in hot.
The prompter has on
You
blank.
wrote it up ahead of time?
Frost wrote something
You
in
extra
advance.
credit person, making us all look bad.
It's true.
1 year ago on January 11th, 2022, in just a short 3-minute rant, Indiana Frosker and Black sparked a firestorm in the world of gaming.
Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
As the host of X Play on the new and controversial
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on that? Just throwing those women under the bus.
She didn't
Just
throw them on the
saying
bus.
that they were there for eye candy.
That's not what she said. She literally said the opposite of that. She said they did not exist to be easy on
Yes,
the eyes
but
for
she's
you.
assuming the audience is the ones who's doing it. And it's proven that this was sort of stacked against her. The comments did not prove it. It was not overwhelmingly talking about that in the comments. But we'll continue.
So you're saying
TV.
that
Frosker and
Morgan
polarizing views on
Webb
sexism and politics in gaming
and
immediately
Olivia
divided
Munn
the
were not
community.
sexualized by their audience.
It seemed like everyone was mad, even those who were too young to appreciate G4 TV back in the 2000s. G4 TV used to be
No
a
answer
beloved
to that
gaming
or
network,
what?
known for shows like X Play and Attack of the Show that provide a tight and humorous commentary in the world of
I guess not.
Olivia Munn, yes. Morgan Webb, no. Okay.
gaming.
She was there for that reason. It's very explicit from these clips. Okay. I'm not going to make any cover, but Morgan Webb, no.
This new one, though, built by Comcast money and the son of Comcast CEO, looked to have all the money in the world, but no understanding for why nerds so loved the original G4 TV in the first place. Instead of entertaining and welcoming viewers, the new platform struggled to find its own identity and often attacked its
Some hypocrisy of Amaranth, hiring Amaranth to sort of backpedal on the Frost stuff. Definitely G4. Fucking, do you think that's cringe? Getting Amaranth up there to try to get back the male audience? Did it work?
Do you know that Amaranth was booked before or after the event happened?
I don't know. This is
See, you're making the assumption. You just said that she was put on there to get the audience back. So I asked you,
Audience.
yeah,
she was
sexism
booked
it's a good
before
faith
or after.
assumption there. Oh, look at that. Dick Vito.
gaming
Yeah,
segment.
they
Frosker
interviewed-
set fire to all those years of nostalgia
Kessler.
and those sick of politics and gaming media and journalism. From then till the company closed in late October of 2022, it was Frost on everyone's lips. Frost that attacked the gamers. Frost that destroyed X-Play. Frost everyone blamed for the collapse of G4 TV. Now, I'm a reporter, and I've been as critical of Frost as much as anyone. I've done several reports across the web, but having experienced some issues working in media myself, I couldn't help but wonder if perhaps there was a bit more to this story.
Did I care? It's hard. So I'm like, did I mean everything I said?
Was Frost just a single woman
Wow.
really the cause of a Fortune
Quite an interesting thing.
500
Let's see
company
the
network's
framing of this.
downfall? He has never once been featured in an interview, never asked by the press on what really happened at G4. Perhaps she is guilty as many believe, or perhaps she too was in the dark as much as the rest of us, and just a convenient scapegoat for a company that had lost its way. In this episode of Culturescape, I speak with Frost in an exclusive 2-hour interview about what really happened that day in January at G4 TV. Welcome to Culturescape, a show that delves into the minds of the creators and influencers who
Actually thinking
Wow.
about moving to Iceland. And so we were taking Icelandic, and I happened to be studying the animals at the time.
Okay. Just wanted to know the prefix for that. So, since is quite interesting, I definitely will take a look at it to look more deep into it. But you really think there is no, you really think your videos stand up, even though you don't consider that, but you're going to give Frost. So you're completely dismissing me bringing up her sort of possible perspective just because Frost came out and said. So Frost is being more honest. She has nothing to lose by being more honest. And I will admit, Melanie Mac might actually have something to lose by talking about the issues of the inner
multiplayer
dealings of being the issues around sort of how she thought in sort of GameStop when she was working for GameStop TV. So you just look at the facts and you don't consider about any of the context around. You just care about the facts.
When did she stop working for GameStop?
She said in her video, she sort of left off. Why are you going into these little details?
Oh, so why am I going into details? Because you're bringing up her working at GameStop. So I'm asking you, when did she stop working at GameStop?
Worked at GameStop. Do you need a definitive date?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I asked the question.
Why do you need a definitive date?
Because you're saying that you're basing the fact that her opinions were because she worked at GameStop. So I'm asking you to tell me when she stopped working at GameStop so we know whether or not when she made the opinions that she made, that she was actually employed at GameStop.
Were those opinions made before 2020? Okay, please tell me that. So it's definitely established by this video. She was released in videos by them on 2020, and your clips are from before then. And you don't want to give her any amount of good faith. You just want to assume she was lying before.
I didn't say that. I did not say that, did I? Did I say she was lying before? What did I say? My exact words were she was either lying before or she's lying now.
Okay. Accountable. What is it called? Plausible deniability is what you're claiming. Okay.
No, I'm not claiming anything. I'm claiming what I said. That's what I said. Okay. If you're going to quote me, quote what I said.
No, I'm just saying. Okay.
Don't put words in my mouth. Don't say you said this. I said very clearly, either she was lying before or she's lying now.
Okay. And why? Okay. Alpha Eagle had a little conversation. You didn't really argue with him very well here. Okay.
Was I trying to argue with him very well?
Basically said people's opinions changed.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a little bit long. Sure. So dismissive. Do you not like Alpha Eagle? Is he an asshole? You're just dismissing him?
I have no idea who he is. He's just some random guy that showed up in my comment section that was bothering the shit out of me.
Okay. A lot of people bother you. And
yeah,
you probably bother a lot of people. You got a video on LG.
Do I do? I got a whole stream on him. We visited him. We actually went to one of his streams and we watched him play some Star Fox.
Oh, how was it?
It was
Did they get along?
Like two people in the chat. He had no one watching him. I sent some of my guys over so he would have some people.
Very nice of you. So you're just okay. I don't hate any person, sort of like Alpha Eagle. So So you're just basically saying the facts of the matter. You're not taking any stance on if her opinions changed over time.
I very clearly said, and I don't know if you haven't heard. Either she had those opinions and they changed, but she didn't tell anyone they changed. She just pretended like they always were the one way, right? Or she's lying. Really that simple. You know, when I have an opinion change, I say, hey, guys, I got some new facts. I learned some new things. My opinion on this matter has changed. Here's why. You know, Jeremy Griggs, for all the shit people give him, he said, hey, I like The Last Jedi. And then when he stopped liking The Last Jedi, he made a video saying, hey, I did like The Last Jedi, but then I watched it a couple more times, and now I don't like The Last Jedi. And here's why I don't like The Last Jedi. So he explained how his position changed.
And you wanted something like that from Melanie Mac to do that.
Well, when someone just, you know, deletes a whole bunch of videos and pretends like the past didn't happen, and it just goes on and says how you always hated Tomb Raider, the reboot, it's kind of hypocritical, no?
Okay, let's see what clips you included. She always hated it. Let's see if she says it.
Here is Melanie Mac's appearance on the Critical Drinkers channel. Melanie Mac has to say.
The story isn't coherent among the trilogy. I think obviously it's just all speculation, but what it appears to me is that originally it seems like they set up the reboot to where they wanted to go back to the classic style, but because the reboot game sold so well, they were like, let's turn it into a trilogy. And then when they did,
Yeah, again, conspiracy theory, as I joked about. Speculation, okay?
and the story like contradicts each other from time to time, especially from Rise to Shadow. It doesn't add up and it doesn't line up, and it's just kind of a mess story.
So you showed this clip, then you came back, showed the tweets from about 10 years ago, and showed this.
Found from the essence, gathered out of the ether and brought to you so you can hear what Miss Melanie Mack has to say about Rise of Tomb Raider. Let's go. Let's hear it.
Able to give you guys what you're looking for with that. So I'm just going to start off and briefly touch on the story, but not get too much into detail with that because that is something I do not want to spoil for anybody. I have to say, just overall, the story is the absolute best story we've ever seen in any Tomb Raider game. Of course, it's my
The absolute best story in any Tomb Raider game. This is Rise of Tomb Raider, the second one. First, she said the first one, Tomb Raider, the reboot, 2013, was the best. Now we're getting to the second one. We're getting to Rise, and now she's saying Rise is the best. Rise has gotten better than the previous game. She loves the story.
opinion, but I've played every single Tomb Raider game. They've all had their ups and downs story-wise. And for the reboot that we got, the last game before this one, I didn't like the story. I have to be honest, I did not like.
So now she's saying she didn't like Tomb Raider, the reboot. She liked that story. But this story's good. I'm confused, Melanie. I'm confused because those tweets seem to indicate she liked the story for the first one.
The story at all. I thought it was too much of a whole rescue mission thing. It was a whole Lara Croft just whining and complaining about the elements and all that. You know, I do understand where she was coming from. I do understand the whole story, how it made sense. And I just felt like actually chasing after an artifact.
All right, so we're 1 for 1. Great.
Needs that. You know, you have to have Lara chasing an artifact.
Okay, so that's what you have. Her thoughts on it. Did she ever say she did not ever have those opinions? Is there any clips out there with her saying she's never thought of it? She's lying by omission is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, she's lying by omission. And that's a faux pas as far as you're concerned. Some sort of bad framing. I mean, you're saying you're not framing this as she's lying, right? You're not trying to hint at that by anyone. You didn't actually say those words. I'll agree with you on that. Did she actually say the words that she's hiding? Just the simple fact she deleted old videos. And you never deleted any old videos, right?
No, never.
Okay, so deleting videos dishonest unless you make a statement about it. Trying to understand your sort of standards here.
Obviously, if I make a video and it's shitty and I delete it, that's different from making a video where I have a clear opinion on a product.
And how is that different than her?
How is that different?
Her opinions and deleted. If she thinks those old videos,
I was explaining, and then you cut me off right in the middle.
Okay.
Again, so we're clear. If you delete a video because it had bad lighting, bad audio, or it was just something stupid that you don't want to have on your channel more, that's different from deleting a video that had an opinion, then having a new video having a contradictory opinion from the previous one without mentioning the fact that you used to hold that previous opinion. Right?
Okay. What sort of time frame is it between her deleting these videos?
I don't know the exact date of when she deleted the videos.
I'm not going to hold you to it. Exact details. We're just talking about it. Talking about this. Frankly, I just don't buy your little thing that just deleting it is her trying to recamp on her past. It's
so
like
is there evidence of her
agree with it?
Is there evidence? Is there evidence of her saying, "Hey guys, I used to like it and then I changed my mind"?
No,
because if you have evidence of that, then
not everyone says everything out in public.
So she's talked about Tomb Raider constantly, consistently over the years, and has never once in the history of it ever said, "Hey guys, I used to have a different opinion on Tomb Raider."
And
in fact, whenever people point it out,
she
blocks people and deletes comments. Right?
Okay, so a lot of people do that.
So if someone came to you and said, "Hey, Vince, you used to say that Tony was a good guy," and then you just block them, wouldn't people say, "Hey, that's kind of suspicious behavior"? Why wouldn't you just say, "Yeah, I used to like him, but now he's an asshole," right? Hey, I used to like those games, but then I played them again. Turns out I didn't really like them. I was just a Lara Croft fan. I was caught up in the hype. I thought I liked them. Turns out I didn't.
Okay. You don't like how ambiguous it is. You would rather have a clear-cut answer instead of like that. And you find her blocking people. Is it just people asking her about those old videos or all sorts of other people?
Oh, other people getting blocked too. I mean, I'm not saying that those are the only people, obviously.
She's just a crazy girl. Okay. A lot of people get like that. A lot of people go private. Okay. you can. There's a lot of reasons to block. Someone's annoying. You deal with it differently than obviously she does. Is it necessarily a problem? You considering her a public figure? It seems like you're considering her as a public figure, a celebrity, or something like that.
You're
Where
saying
she
she's
doesn't
not
have
a
the
public
right to-
figure.
Okay, she's not a public figure.
No, no, no.
treating-
You're saying she's not a public figure.
No, I'm not saying it either way. I'm trying to establish if you consider her a public figure or not.
I don't have to. She is a public figure.
Okay. I guess anyone who does, there is some arguments that anyone on YouTube who gets big enough are considered public figures. How long has she been a public figure? Well, for shit. Depends on, yeah, I guess if you consider GameStop TV and her extension, Twitch and YouTube.
Being part of the Frag Dolls, being part of promotional tours, going on UK television to talk about sexism and gaming. I'm pretty sure that qualifies her as a public figure.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, then being a public figure, you need to take accountability in your opinion for when you change positions on any particular topic.
That would be the social norm, yes.
That would be preferable. Okay. There's a lot of I'm not saying that people who reach this sort of celebrity status, that all the Friday Night type crew, which she obviously has become a part of, and even if she was separated from them, just as sort of a social media celebrity who rather raise prominence. Does that actually concern you? The amount of the raising of prominence that she's done in such a short time, why Gary and a lot of these other people from that, even Eric July's been around the block for quite some time. And as far as I can tell, she only started rising about a year ago.
What do I give a fuck for?
Okay. You don't want to speculate on that particular matter?
I don't care.
Okay. Don't care. Fun stuff. But yeah. So it's definitely good that we ironed this out. So, and I keep fucking up by pressing the wrong button. But yeah, wanted to go over this video, add some context, some thoughts of my own.
Emotions from her, and I feel like that's partial.
So now she's saying she didn't like Tomb Raider, the reboot. She liked that story. But this story's good. I'm confused, Melanie. I'm confused because those tweets seem to indicate she liked the story from the first one.
The story at all. I thought it was too much of a whole rescue mission thing. It was a whole Rise of the Tomb Raider. Even the
I was able to rescue it from an alternate dimension, snatched from the ether. Didn't like the story, but she loves Rise of the Tomb Raider. All right, so we're 1 for 1, right?
Did you not see what I'm setting up here?
Shadow, right? Again, snatched from the ether and brought back to you. You're not gonna find this. You can go looking. You can go searching for this.
You're just basically saying it's suspicious that she's hiding these videos.
No,
correct?
no, obviously you missed it. She said that she liked the first Tomb Raider reboot. Then when the second one came out, she said she didn't like the first one. She liked the second one. And then guess what? When the third one comes out, she doesn't like the second one. She likes the third one.
Okay.
She keeps changing her opinion as the games come out. That's what I'm basically
Okay,
showing.
when she was working for GameStop, correct?
So GameStop said, hey, it's okay for you to shit on the previous game. Now it's okay to shit on the previous game? We don't want
What
to
you're
sell those
considering
anymore.
shitting on, just praising the current game as it's coming out of the market. Does that
And
not
literally
seem
saying,
like
I
a
don't like the other
likelihood?
one. The other one's no good, is what she said.
Okay. She says it's no good. Okay, story-wise.
When previously
play-wise.
she was saying it was great.
Of course, other games can sort of.
So again, so if you're saying
your
that she's
perspective
changing
when
her
you're blown
opinion,
away by a new thing,
if
it
you're
can,
saying
in
that she's
comparison,
changing
make
her
something
opinion
look
based on
worse.
GameStop, then she was lying.
I'm not saying it's based on GameStop. I'm not
You just
saying
said
GameStop
you
told her.
keep mentioning
I'm not
that she
even.
worked
You're
at
putting
GameStop.
words in my mouth now.
You keep
But the
saying she worked at
context
GameStop.
of the social dynamic of her wanting to work for GameStop and wanting to do this job, probably rise in the ranks, get a job, and that. I mean, yeah, a lot of it's speculation. That
So you
seems
think
rather
GameStop
common
makes
sense.
you say good things about their games? About games in general? What does GameStop have to do with
I
an
know
Ubisoft
that they
game?
have a certain expectations of their employees, and they do have certain standards that they have to uphold, even on the retail level. I know that for a fact. So
'Cause you
I
work- 'cause you
wouldn't
worked at the retail
imagine
level,
that
right?
It
Right.
would be. I don't imagine it would be much different on the actual promotional. In
But you
fact,
don't
it's
know.
probably a little bit more
But you
strict
don't
on the
know.
promotion. Yeah, there's nothing to know about this. You don't know either why she's
And I'm not
flip-flopping.
speculating
Is
on it.
she
am
a
I?
liar?
I'm not the one speculating on whether or not GameStop has pressured her into these opinions. You brought
Yeah.
up the GameStop pressure, and then when I asked you if you know, you said you don't know. So
Yeah.
obviously you're speculating. I'm not. I'm offering facts. If she has any
You're
sort of evidence to the
you're
different,
sort of giving your facts a little bit of framing. Okay.
no
Yeah,
framing at all.
she's
This is what
updating it.
she said. How's that a framing? Here's what she said. Here's her words from her mouth. How is that framing? We're not supposed to take what people say. Hey, not what she said. Just take what she didn't say.
Sort of way you're saying it is making it seem like she's just lying every time or not updating her opinion or possibly trying to be the best saleswoman she can, because I do know how GameStop tried to get their retail workers to sell pre-orders. They focused on that a lot. And to
how
say
would
that didn't
pre-orders be
actually
affected by a game that's already out.
the game already out.
Yes, she's not talking about the game before it came out. She's talking about the game after it came out. So there was no pre-orders here, sir. There's no pre-orders for a game that's already been released.
Are you taking everything so literally? You can't
Yes.
actually think
No.
about anything outside.
Nope.
You just have no imagination. You don't
None.
care about.
I don't put
anything
imagination
that you
into
don't
reporting.
know about.
As a journalist, I do not add any imagination into any of my reporting. I take that serious.
Oh, you want to be taken seriously as a journalist, but you'll sort of jump on streams of random people and argue with Tiamon. Sorry, it just from what I've seen, I mean,
you can see whatever you
what is
want
with that. What is up with just doing that? Jumping on this stream, having Tiamon. I'm curious. Okay, what's the journalistic value in that?
Literally, you guys said that you're doing a stream on me. Literally.
Yes,
So
I
I'm going to be in the chat. I said, hey, let me go in the chat. You're the one who said, hey, I'm going to talk about you for like 20 minutes, and if you want to get on, I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
I said, okay, whatever. I didn't ask
That's
to come
perfectly
on.
fine.
I was happy to sit in the chat and listen to what you were going to say about me. Perfectly fine.
Okay. I thought I'd give you a chance to come in here because my interest into getting to know, and I think you made it very clear. You're just looking at the facts, and everything else you're just winging it when it comes to sort of the social dynamic.
I don't give a shit about social dynamic. Maybe I haven't made that clear enough.
Okay, you just having fun.
I'm always having fun, baby.
Okay, it's good to have fun with what you do, even if it is journalism. And I can't.
No, I don't have fun with journalism. I have seriousness with journalism.
Okay,
this is fun. I'm not being a journalist right now. I'm not always a journalist. Maybe you can't see. I don't have my journalist hat on right now.
Yeah, you really should have alternate sort of avatars. You pop one in and out when you're going to journalist mode, and pop it out when you don't. I mean, I understand completely.
People have argued that long. You know, I should hold up a sign that says "Not journalist" right now.
Oh, or maybe have a sort of a signal for your streams, journalist mode, serious, no laughing, then applaud now sign.
I don't do journalism on streams.
No, yeah, it sort of would be a waste. I mean, you wouldn't have all the facts in front of you. I'm not claiming to be a journalist of any type, but you go with the facts. So I guess any other prepared material that I wanted to go over, it's not just about you, man, okay? I understand it's only provable facts. You don't like to speculate. Understandable. Don't necessarily agree that it sort of tells the whole story because, again, you sort of don't get the background material of where she was working. But, you know, I do understand the social dynamic. You need to get in and out to keep people's attention. You try to add details and it will muddy the water. But yeah,
but you won't find it because Miss Melanie Mac has decided to snap it out of existence. But unfortunately for her, unfortunately for you, I was able to rescue it from an alternate dimension, bring it back, and let's hear what she has to say.
Like lines like that. So you're just saying people's perception of her is extremely weird out there. Her flip-flopping is insane. Alternate dimension. She's living the Matrix or, sorry, what's that term? Mandela complex or something like that?
Mandela effect?
Yeah, Mandela effect. Thank you. The Mandela effect. All of a sudden, she had a past, it disappeared. People remember, she deletes it. That's basically your case. She tries to pretend Mandela didn't die, or he did die, depending on what you wanted to happen in the particular moment.
Wow, you really don't understand theatrics, do you?
A theatrics. I thought you were a journalist. Okay. I thought you were
I'm
being
a live
serious
theatrics.
journalist. You are saying you're putting on the journalist hat, and
You could
understand
have facts
theatrics.
and still be theatrical. I want to entertain while
Okay.
I deliver facts.
Just the facts. Just the facts. Sorry.
No, just the facts and entertainment. You know, we can have fun
Okay. Yeah.
with facts.
I understand the sort of mixing of seriousness and humor. You got to get the right balance. I agree.
I love seeing her sassy side and stuff like that, like in Tomb Raider 1 and Tomb Raider Chronicles, especially. She's very sassy. But we didn't always see a wide range of emotions from her, and I feel like that's partially because of the.
I think a base life has a question here in the chat.
Okay, sorry. Can we get something straight here? That is a good question. Tony.
What do we mean by journalists? I think we mean exactly what I said. Journalists, you know, someone who does journalism, someone who has reported on stories, someone who has broke stories, someone who has talked to people inside and outside of gaming companies, someone who has talked to CEOs, presidents of companies. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. And you also report on cultural commentators like Melanie Mack has become?
That's my YouTube stuff. I do that for fun.
Okay. The blending of the...
aren't as grand as they are now and in depth and all that good stuff. So I do feel like they're able to portray a lot more now in games than they could back then.
So she's saying that the games now are better than the games back then because technology didn't allow you to have as grand of a story, as good, all that good stuff, like she said. Now, if we skip ahead to about 8:20 in this video, we're going to get a little more insight as to what she feels about Lara Croft.
Feels about Lara.
There we go, 8:20. What do you have to say, Miss Melanie Mack?
Just so much, just to see all that from her, you know? So yeah, that had me shaken up. It still does. And I still I want to beat the story again so that I can process it more. So the story overall, I think, was definitely the best we've seen in a very, very long time. Of course, I really love Lara's characterization, but they did a good job with the story overall too. And one of my fears was that Jonah was going to be in with Lara too often. And I shared this in one of my preview videos, but I can say that that's not the case. There is a lot of Lara by herself. And when Jonah is there, it works well because that way we get more personality from Lara herself. And that's the thing is I feel like they paced it well because.
Well, seems to be rather well said. Don't remember that particular bit, but it's easy to do in the moment.
Whenever you have Jonah there and you see her personality, like Lara's personality interacting with him and then bouncing off of each other and they complement each other well. Because Jonah, he's like the social one, Lara's like the introvert, and she's.
So again, she's saying she liked it. I let it play a little long, so you won't say that I was clipping out of context. But she said she liked it. Best story in a long time, and obviously there was a big gap between Rise and Shadow, where we had some other Tomb Raider properties released in that time frame. So her saying it was the best in a long time makes sense because she loved Rise and she loved Shadow. She might not have liked the stuff that was in between. Now, of course, this all stemmed from that complaint about the movie, right? The complaint about the movies following the script of the story and how the story was the weakest part. So we also have this, once again, 3 for 3 snatching things from the ether. Tomb Raider movie review, no spoilers, Melanie Mack. Let's you just...
Yeah, I'm going through and concentrating very clearly on if you're just stating the facts. Very journalistic. Definitely with a little bit of that entertainment fluff in there. That how you cover all of your issues?
No, I mean, if you look at the Arcade 1-Up video I did recently where I broke the story that the CEO was removed from his position, there's a lot less fluff. There's a lot less entertainment. It's more facts.
Okay. So, yeah. So, with YouTubers like Melanie Mack, well, and definitely Eric July, which I'm not going to touch on. Came on, and there's a whole bunch of what are they called? Detractors who seems to be defending Eric July for some reason. I mean, he's a big boy. He can defend himself.
Detractors would be the people attacking Eric July. Shills or ball washers or
okay, and you have journalistic evidence for shilling.
Huh?
You have I just hate people saying shills and grifters. Do you think those terms are overused on a lot of the commentation in YouTube discourse?
Oh yeah, but it's the local vernacular. So when I'm here, that's what we use.
Okay, yeah, just go with the phrase. Go a little hog wild with some of that terminology and try to use as best evidence as you can to support those things. And you
No,
believe
that would be bad journalism. I don't use evidence to support things. I use evidence and then I let you decide what it is. Trying to find evidence to support things, that would be bad journalism. That would be having a preconceived notion as to what was true and not, and then trying to dig out evidence to back up your claim. That's bad. You don't do that. What you want to do is you want to start with the question, and then you go and try to find what the answer to that question is, wherever that path may lead you. Now, you might say, hey, is Melanie Mack a grifter? And then you go out and you look for all the evidence, and you go, hey, you know what? She's not a grifter. That's where the evidence lays.
okay, that's where that evidence leads, or it doesn't lead. Just the facts, and have a little bit fun, poking humor at her sort of a wish-washy change in opinions down the line. And you don't consider anything like her life circumstances, which to your credit, I took a look. It's very scant. You look into her Wikipedia. Well, you try to look anywhere for her biography, and it comes up weird. She has like a profile where she was in like some sort of Bud Light commercial. That was quite interesting to see. She was the star, sort of that sort of thing. Someone's in entertainment, they tend to be going for acting. I had a brother-in-law into acting, and it gets a little bit weird when you try to get into entertainment. And I can definitely say there is some elements of that I feel within her, but I don't have the evidence for it. So I really don't want to talk on that particular matter. But yeah, your other video.
That's the favorite part about
No,
the movie.
I don't want to even get into it.
Other than that, I'd say with the actual story itself, I think they did an amazing job. And I think that they really care a lot about the franchise, and they really paid attention to what makes Tomb Raider Tomb Raider.
So
And
pause
I
it.
Yeah.
So this is Melanie Mack talking about the movie, which a movie is not a video game, and a movie is typically not sold at GameStop. So why did she have this opinion about the movie and then change her mind? Suddenly the movie was bad in the future. Future Melanie Mack says this is a bad movie. Past Melanie Mack says she loved this movie.
Still,
How do we
brand,
explain
man.
this one?
I'm not going to explain it. That would be a venting.
What
thing, 'cause you
social
said this is
pressure?
bad.
You said there was social pressure for the games. Well, now
I
now
said
what
there
social
could have
pressure-
been social pressure for it.
So could
We don't
there
know.
have been social pressure for this? From who? From where? Curious. It's funny you had a lot to say about the other stuff, but suddenly now you don't got so much to say.
Well, I'm trying to work within your framework. I'm not going into big conspiracy theory, but you really so this is let's see if you set this up correctly.
Now, of course, this all stemmed from that complaint about the movie, right? The complaint about the movies following the script of the story and how the story was the weakest part. So we also have this, once again, 3 for 3, snatching things from the ether. Tomb Raider movie review, no spoilers, Melanie Mack. Let's see what you say.
Shit, my own freaking title's getting in my way.
She might not have liked the stuff that was in between. Now, of course, this all stemmed from that complaint about the movie, right? The complaint about the movies following the script of the story and how the story was the weakest part. So we also have this, once again, 3 for 3, snatching things from the ether. Tomb Raider movie review, no spoilers, Melanie Mack. Let's see what you have to say.
That's the favorite part about the movie. And then other than that, I'd say with the actual story itself, I think they did an amazing job. And I think that they really care a lot about the franchise, and they really paid attention to what makes Tomb Raider Tomb Raider. And I am so annoyed at some reviews that are like, there's literally a review, and I posted it on Twitter, and the guy was like, oh, this is ridiculous. It's just traps and spike pits and snakes and spiders. Like, seriously, are we doing this again? And it's like, what do you expect out of Tomb Raider? Like, seriously? It's Tomb Raider. Coltrane's like, yeah, for real. It's Tomb Raider. What do you expect? Like, I just don't get it. I'm like, how can you complain about spike pits? Like, and spiders and snakes and all that. It's like, how can you complain about that kind of stuff? Like,
Okay. Let's see your state. Yeah, she's going against the critics here.
The movie, which is based on the story of the rebooted games, Melanie Mack. Can you get your story straight? I know one of the Melanie Mack fans, they're gonna let you know. They'll send you this video. They'll say, hey, now this guy's talking shit. This Frog King, he's talking shit. So when you get the memo, when you get notified of this video, let me know exactly how you feel. How is it that you came to the conclusion that the story was garbage? Because obviously before you were loving it. You loved it when the first game came out in 2013. You loved the second game when that one came out, but then you shit on the first game. And then when the third game came out, you said, hey, that was the best one ever. And it was great characterization, the best characterization of Lara Croft ever. I'm getting really, really confused. It seems like you just say whatever you want. You say whatever the popular opinion is. You say whatever you think is going to get you the clicks. It's going to get you the money, the attention. You might be a fan of Tomb Raider since its inception, but you're obviously not a fan of telling the truth, Melanie Mac. But that's all I got to say about that. You know how
So yeah, you are taking a leap there, okay? Just because her opinion, that isn't going by the facts. You're assuming that
I'm
you're
assuming
making
I was
an
I was
assumption
literally
there.
talking to Melanie Mac there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You were talking to Melanie Mac there.
I literally
no
said when Melanie
implication
Mac
there.
when you yes there is. I literally said Melanie Mac, someone's gonna send you this, and when they do, and then I start asking questions directly to Melanie Mac through the video.
Okay. And you sent the video to Melanie Mac. You know, this is a direct message. A little bit creepy, sorry to say.
That's not what I said. See, again,
I am making a joke.
but it wasn't funny. Jokes are usually funny.
Okay. Yeah. I thought you were a journalist, not a humor critic.
No, I'm an all-around critic, media critic. I cover video games, TV shows, movies, books, comics. I've been paid to do a lot of things. I'm a man of many hats. I wrote dialogue for video games. I did Q&A for video games.
Oh, what video games?
What was it? Victory Bells. That's a iOS and Android game. I wrote dialogue for that. I did QA testing for Shing. I actually got a Moby Games page. So, you know.
Oh, nice. I think I have some sort of credit on IMDb, but only as extra. You know, you go around this space and blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. But yeah, it's good to get out there and do stuff in the creative field and come to YouTube and have a little bit of fun with it. But still, so Eric July, what is your, obviously you have strong thoughts about that. You think he's just lying, telling the truth? Obviously, you're against Eric July. You have been for a long freaking time.
I'm against Eric July now? When did this happen?
Yeah, that seems to be the impression I'm getting.
I don't like his comic book.
Okay.
I think his comic book is stupid. And I think he has bad opinions on tokenization. I think he doesn't know what the word means and he just made up a definition.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a little weird area that I don't really want to go too far into on this particular issue. But you did come on and you did exactly make your state known. If you want to stay around for something else I wanted to do, which actually has nothing to do about you, so you might not want to deal with it.
I don't know. What does it have to do with?
I just found this interesting, this one video here. Wanted to sort of go through it and see the framing. Dick Masterson exposes Maddox. I'm more into the sort of marketing side of things. I don't claim to be a journalist. I don't go by the facts. I'm a horrible person, obviously, who just likes to speculate and try to figure out something. This is why
no argument from me on that.
I was sort of talking about how you weren't considering maybe the social pressures. Maybe she was trying to fit into her particular company.
But again, doesn't that still lead to the fact that she was lying? If she was saying things that she did not believe, that would be the definition of lying.
Or she's very malleable. I mean, yes,
if she said
I will give you the credit that it does definitely support the conclusion.
No. I don't want credit. I don't want credit. It's a real simple question, Vince. If she said things that she didn't actually mean, isn't that lying?
Yes, but you can't.
Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted.
Means okay.
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay,
real simple question.
Yes, if she said things she didn't mean,
that's what
maybe
that's the premise of my video. The premise of my video is if she had said things and she didn't mean those things, then she was lying.
And as Alpha Eagle was trying to explain, which I understand, I didn't really. His argument was quite verbose. Him trying to do that, and you don't know who he is. He goes out. He's someone who pops up. I've tried to watch his videos. They're okay to a certain extent, but yeah.
He was suggesting that I go after certain people, that I shouldn't be going after people on the right, that I should be going after people on the left. That's what he was suggesting. And I don't play team sports. I go after people that interest me. I look into things in situations that pique my interest.
Okay. I can completely understand that.
And if I am right wing, obviously I'm watching and paying attention more to people on the right right? I'm not watching left-wing content, so I have no idea if they're lying or what they're saying because I don't watch them, and I'm not going out of my way to watch them.
Yeah.
So doesn't it make
People
sense
get
that-
their information to the left, right? Right people learn their information to the left from generally rightoids, and leftoids get their information about the right from generally leftoids.
And if I see something which I have either knowledge of or a belief that it could be factually incorrect, and I look into it and say, hey, turns out that person made a video and they said some shit that was a lie. It's factually incorrect. Here's the correct news. Here's the truth. You know, isn't it what we should be doing, what we should be searching for, the truth here, right? We want to know what's the truth. We don't want people to lie to us and spin things a certain narrative because we're on a certain side or we're on a certain team, right? What we want is the actual facts. And I don't think we should be supporting people who are lying, who are grifting, who are telling us things that are complete bullshit. Like the Quartering, you say the Quartering's a great guy, but you know,
no,
the Quartering,
you're putting words in my mouth. I said he's rather cringe, but he gets on the facts rather quickly. And
does he get on the facts, or does he literally go on to Twitter?
Comes out with them.
How does he come up with his videos?
He doesn't verify them.
Vince, how does he come up with his videos?
He mainly gets articles to sort of read.
Actually, you're incorrect.
A little bit of
that was a good guess, but you're factually incorrect. He literally goes to Twitter and says, "Guys, what do you want me to talk about today?" He literally does no research, and people go, "Hey, why don't you talk about this article from such and such? Hey, why don't you talk about this?" And then he just literally makes whatever the people in his tweets tell him to do. He just parrots that opinion back to them. And then when the people say, "Hey, you're wrong," he then changes his opinion.
Okay, so he just gets advice from Twitter. I agree. He's on Twitter a lot. One of these Twitteroids.
He doesn't get advice. He doesn't say, "Hey guys, I'm thinking of making a video on Gina Carano." He literally goes, "What do you want me to make a video on?"
So, as a big content creator, asking your fans what they want you to talk about is
so what you're saying
wrong
is
with that?
Yes, there is, because when you go, "What do you want me to talk about?" and your fans go, "Hey, talk about how Gina Carano is being harassed," and you don't know research and you just make the video going, "Gina Carano is being harassed," don't you think that's a little bit disingenuous? Don't you think that you should have some sort of standard that you hold yourself to? Say, "Hey, I'll look into the situation, and if she is being harassed, then I'll talk about it," instead of literally just running with anything people say on Twitter. He literally had people tell him lies, and he's ran with them. He's run with lies.
Okay. Yes, he definitely runs too quickly without verifying.
He literally lies to his audience and tells them that he makes his own coffee. He has his own roasters when it's actually Mill Creek Roasters. It's a female-owned LGBTQ AAIP plus positive roasting community that drop ships puts his label on his.
A little bit of context here. I'm saying that there is some stories that he goes on and he jumps the gun on some of them. But this is the problem with some journalists. And maybe you're a much better journalist than
he doesn't jump the gun on some. He jumps the gun on all of them because he needs the clicks.
All of them?
People's
Okay.
Yes. He literally just, as soon as he sees something, he jumps on it because that's his brand. And that's what gets people to click on his videos. He does no research. He adds no opinion to any of his videos. In fact, I'm going to say 90% of his videos, 90% of his videos where he reads articles are actually, they break copyright. Did you know that? Did you know you're not actually supposed to just read articles on YouTube? That's actually against the DMCA. That's actually a copyright violation.
I'm sure there's actually a fair use.
There isn't.
There isn't.
Reading an article, just reading the article, is actually against the copyright. It's not fair use to read an article on YouTube.
Yeah, but if you add commentary, it would still apply as fair use if you transform it. And you can
that's not transformative. Reading the article. I didn't say transform it. I didn't say have commentary.
Yeah,
he literally reads the article.
Add commentary, your own thoughts on the matter. It does transform it. If you have original thoughts that is outside, you bring in information. Yes, the fair use you need to have either. Well,
you can't show the article on the screen. First off, showing the article on the screen is not fair use because you're giving the audience a second opportunity to actually read the article without having to go to the source. You're stealing income from wherever it is that article is supposed to be from. And that goes across the board. That's everybody. That's from Tim Pool to Quartering to fucking Bausch to whoever else. I don't know all the people on YouTube, but whoever is reading articles and showing you the articles on screen, it's definitely a DMCA copyright violation. Okay.
If someone wanted to take that step in,
they could.
Yeah. Okay. If that's the law,
and it's usually what the problem is. It's actually not on the website. It's the copyright actually is with the writer of the article.
Okay. I don't know how.
And you know how I know this? Because I write articles, because I've written articles, because I've been paid to write articles, because I've had to sign waivers for my articles.
And do you think because of this, you might have a bias against certain people like the Quartering versus Tim Pool that they break this?
No, it's literally a fact. How is that a bias?
Oh, I'm asking a question. I'm saying, do you think it creates a certain bias against you, against certain people?
And I just said
you'll
no.
see the mostly negative aspects of them instead of any positive. So, and you're saying how much of, see, you're switching from him actually accurate because he goes to Twitter and asks people what story you want to hear. Plenty of YouTube creators use the community feature to sort of take a vote to what they want to talk about.
Again, this isn't a vote. This isn't, hey, what game do you want me to play or what topic do you want me to talk about? This is
now, if you just
tell me something to be mad at.
If he told his audience, what do you want me to say about this article?
He has. He's literally going, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to talk about?
I'm not going to defend him. Okay. I've stopped watching the Quartering a long time ago. There is some particular issues. I think he was much better back in this particular era. Not great, but he was better. And he's slowly, like the whole coffee
when
thing,
he was doing RC cars in the RC
he really
car
said he makes his own coffee.
Yes, he said he made his own coffee.
Okay, did he? Oh, maybe he was joking, but you know,
no, he literally posted pictures of people roasting coffee, saying that these are his roasters, and people go, no, actually, those are the employees of Mill Creek, and they said, look, these are the same employees that work at this other company.
Mm-hmm.
It's a white label dropship company.
Yeah. Okay. I've been keeping up with the Quartering. So I said, pulling him up because Melanie Mack brought him up. She defended him. And your thoughts on her shifting from pretty much GameStop TV to social media, taking advantage of this sort of event. Do you have any thoughts or no thoughts about that? How that was a smart move? Or is that not within your wheelhouse to sort of get into what she was doing there? If that was good or bad, or if she's more honest nowadays than when she was trying to fit into a corporate structure.
Is she making money?
Of course. I'm sure she's making money. Okay. Making money now.
Making money is always a good move.
Okay. Not going to argue.
And the Alpha Ego says, I thought you didn't watch Lefties. Just because I threw out Vosh's name doesn't mean I watch him. I know a lot of people. I can name 6 or 7 people on the left, and I can name 6 or 7 people on the right. Doesn't mean I watch those people. They're just the biggest names. I know who Destiny is, but I've never watched a fucking Destiny video.
Okay. So you don't exactly. What do you watch? Just journalistic articles? None of the commentary? Because
I watch 18th Century Cooking. Townsend's. I don't know if you know the channel, but it's a great channel.
Okay. No,
and I'm really not bullshitting. I'll show you my fucking.
Okay, I'll believe you. You just sort of focus on the media and your journalism, and you try to put a little bit of entertainment, social commentary. I can understand that completely, but it's a little bit off. Yeah.
See, teammates pissing me off here, right? He's saying that the drop issue off. He's saying that, no, but look, he's framing this shit. He goes, everyone does it. Yeah, everyone does it. And those people are honest about it. The Quartering lies and says, I am making this coffee. It is an anti-political coffee that I am roasting, and I have fucking people picking the beans and shit, right? That's lying to your audience. Just tell them, hey, I'm buying Mill Creek coffee and slapping a Quartering fucking label on it and selling it to you guys.
Okay. Yep, if that's the truth. So I said, rather bad off on that regards there. Because, but
the Quartering is literally one of the worst YouTubers for you to have pointed out and said he does a good job, or any sort of positive
in my mouth. I said he's pretty bad overall, but sometimes he gets certain things right, and he brings up certain issues. That's just because he does so much content overall.
Yeah, I mean, if you throw enough shit at the wall, something's gonna stick, right?
Yeah, like Nerdat was saying, Timon was right twice, like a broken clock on certain things, and I will agree with that to a certain extent. But so the reason why you didn't cover Frost at all, just because
I didn't cover Frost at all.
I didn't see that within your videos. You might have been in your live streams.
Yeah, I don't think I made dedicated video to Frost. No, but we
Okay,
covered her extensively on the live streams.
Okay.
In fact, there was a running joke where I would call her Sexy Frost as we covered her.
Okay. Yeah. Only so much research that I did into this. I mainly focused on this. I meant spur of the moment stream. And frankly,
how's that working out for you? Was that a good decision? You
of
feel
course,
good? You feel
it's
good
always
about
a
this?
good decision to get someone else's perspective. Okay. And try to learn. Practice. The only way you get good at something is by practice. So you disagree with that?
I mean, you've been doing this for a while. And I wouldn't say you've been getting good.
So you checked up on me?
Yeah. Well, as soon as you said you were making a video, I started watching what you had.
Okay. And you're thinking you're so much greater at it.
No, I suck. I'm terrible. I don't do any
Okay.
editing. I don't do any prep work. I do no scripting. I literally just turn on the
Shoot the
camera
shit.
and start talking.
Okay. That is a method. And well, it's your, if you want to actually say I suck, fine. I do need to practice to improve. And I need to get different perspectives. So, really hard to know how to go with that.
I would do a lot more thorough research, probably look into things deeper. You're taking surface level takes, surface level looks at people, and not actually looking deep enough to see what it is that they believe, what they say, if they're consistent in their views, if maybe in other instances they've been inconsistent, right?
Well, consistency doesn't not necessarily mean someone's being honest. You can be consistently dishonest. Do you admit that?
You can, and you can show a pattern of either one.
Okay. And it's a matter about different standards. Trying to learn how different people think, I think, is a good thing.
I don't think you're never
factor
going to
in.
learn how people think by watching videos from them.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you have to interact with them.
Even
You're not
that's
going
not
to learn
gonna
it
work.
from interacting with their fans.
You're not going to
or-
learn it from interacting with them either. You have no idea what people are like behind the scenes. You have no idea what people are like after they turn off the live stream. I could be the nicest fucking guy, quiet as shit when the live stream goes off, and the fucking loudmouth on screen, right? You don't know that.
Yeah, you could be playing up a character. Could be doing whatever you want to do. There's a lot of games being played. And frankly,
So what I'm saying is stop trying to think about what people are thinking about and just present facts and evidence.
well, not you're advocating that everyone should just look at the facts and go off of the facts.
Yeah.
Okay. And what if those facts are misrepresented?
They can't be because they're facts. How are you going to misrepresent a fact?
Statistical data. There's plenty of stuff in research that people present as facts in research papers that you look into it, and it turns out to be complete
So they were presented as facts. They weren't actually facts.
yes, that is correct. There's plenty of
So
instances
again,
of that.
it's not facts that are the problem. It's people presenting shit as facts. That's the issue, right? Again, facts are facts, and that's why they're called facts, right? If someone says something's a fact and it turns out it's not a fact, well, then it's not a problem of facts being wrong. It's a problem of someone lying to you. Okay.
Okay. Someone
And if you
lying.
want to double check facts, that's why we have scientific method, right? You should be able to replicate a scientific discovery, a scientific.
Yes, double blind study.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely agree on those regards that you need to check out your facts and present your arguments well. And so you're thinking psychology and sociology, all that stuff, because it's really soft science, is absolutely worthless.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. Yeah,
I think
you
it-
didn't
I
say
think
that.
it's- it's
Those
not
aren't actually
applicable.
facts. Those are theorems.
I think it's not
Climate
applicable
models.
to what we're talking about here.
Okay, so it's just in the particular presenting information on social media and probably media in general, where if someone's just outright lying or have the wrong facts, you correct them on it. And if you see them flip flopping,
You
you're
hold them
gonna
accountable.
hold them accountable with YouTube videos to sort of
I mean,
try.
that's the only way I really have, right? I can't go out in the street and just start screaming how Melanie Mack has changed her opinion. I think people might think I'm a little crazy for doing that.
Yeah, it
Fortunately
would
for
be a
me,
little weird.
YouTube allows me to go ahead and do that. And if people view my video and they say, "Hey, I agree with you, Tony," she does have changed her opinion, and she probably should have said something. Well, that's great. And if people disagree with me, oh well, I move on with my day.
Okay. Okay, I wanted to present something because it's not about facts. So if you want to drop out, that's fine. I am done with this segment here. That it was definitely interesting to talk to you. Definitely got the core. You could be lying to me, as you said. You never know how someone is behind the scenes. Could have hidden motives. You could have hidden motives, and absolutely could just be talking shit here, or you could be honest. You never know. You can only speculate sometimes.
I mean,
But yeah,
we can only speculate that you have hidden motives for even bringing my name up.
No, not hidden motives. Timon tried to get me to host you so he could do something, and I'm like, I'll look into him. I finally got around to it, and I saw this particular video had a certain slant that I didn't think was complete because you just go by the facts, which okay, you go straight by the facts, not consider the circumstances someone's about. And yeah, as you said, most likely based on the facts that you present, she was either dishonest or flip flopping in her opinion, updating them to match the current market that she was working in, or she was just very malleable. But most likely, the simplest solution is that she was lying to sort of push the new shiny game. And I don't know what the reason for her sort of talking up the movie, then talking down the movie later. So it's definitely believable that at one point she was lying. Okay.
And that's all I said.
Okay. Yeah. It's just a humor that, see, humor is a weird thing on the internet. People use humor just sort of do certain things. I'm not certain of how to exactly apply with that at this point. But there's different ways that humor can be used to be misrepresent the truth. And I probably have done it myself. But you need to continuously strive. But as I said, you can keep on or go on your way because I'm definitely going to go into speculation here.
I'm curious to what it is that you haven't divulged what it is that you're going to bring up.
Oh, it's purely speculative. It's a sort of a the Dick Show. Dick Masterson exposed Maddox, and it's just a little interesting to me.
Whose video is this?
The
Now
Recorded Podcast is
recorded
intended for-
podcast.
Never heard of them.
Their commentary. I keep a broad range.
So why are you interested in this?
Just a sort of weird framing of this. It wouldn't interest you at all, okay? Okay, because it's not very fact-based. It's sort of very speculative of why Dick Masterson's going on this commentary podcast. Okay, to talk about sort of a 5-year lawsuit and sort of name dropping Eric July here and there.
Oh, that's
I'm not
because Dick's
defending Eric
Dick's going to collect the Infinity retards.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's definitely playing the optics game, and I can't blame him for that. But very interesting to me. But as you said, you think my content is very shallow, and I'm still sucking at this whole live streaming thing.
Did you reach out to Dick Masterson for comment?
No. You think presenting sort of speculation going over the actual what he says in this video is unwarranted?
No,
I'm
that's
just
not what I
pointing
asked.
out.
What I asked was if you had reached out to Dick Masterson for comment.
No.
I would just thought that would be helpful since you're going to go over reasons why you think that he might have did it. That maybe you could have took the shot and said, ask him, say, hey, why is it that you're doing this? And then at the very least, you could present to your audience and say, well, this is what Dick has said to me as to why he came on this podcast and made these statements and said these things.
Well, I would have to trust that he's being honest with me.
Do you have reason to believe he wouldn't be honest with you?
Oh, well, you just said no, you can never trust what you see on the surface.
But again, you don't think that it would be a benefit to at least say, well, even if he's being dishonest, this is the reason. We have him on record now saying this is why he said it. Or at the very least, you say, hey, guys, I reached out to Dick. He didn't respond. And so we don't know from his mouth why he said it.
I didn't think of that. Maybe I'll do that next time beforehand. You think I should put this off just to possibly get an answer from him that I could possibly trust?
That's on you.
Okay. Well, you can stick around and give me your thoughts on this, or you can head out. Either way. But
I mean, I'm
yeah.
slightly biased in favor of Dick, so I'm glad to stick around.
Yeah, you can defend him. I always like to have a steel man around.
I don't know.
No one wants to.
I don't defend anybody.
Okay. I don't try to defend anyone. I just try to ask questions and try to get at what I think needs to be the context or maybe external information that might actually factor things in. But
I think LG has a question in the chat.
Oh, LG's around. Sorry, I've been.
See, I think that's the other issue with your YouTubing streaming.
Yeah, really sometimes I'm a little bit off on my catching the comments, but when I have a guest on, it sometimes if I let them take over, I can take comments. It's definitely something I need to learn. Is it okay for Dick Masterson to play optics, but Vincent has to have facts?
Did I say that? See, this is what you call framing. He framed the question in a certain way so that there's
you
an
can
answer
just
in
answer
it.
the question, okay? That's a yes or no question.
No, it's not a yes. It's not okay. I didn't say it was okay. So the question says, so it's okay for him, Dick Masterson, to play optics. So he's already saying that I said this thing that I didn't say. I never said anything. You're the one who said Dick Masterson doing for optics. I just sat here. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't say you have to have facts either. None of this is what I said. What I said was that I go by the facts. That's the way I handle my business. That's the way I do my things. What other people do, I have no control over. Okay.
What you do? Oh, other people. I must have misheard you.
Yeah. What other people do, I have no control over what other people do.
Okay.
I can suggest to people, I can say, hey, this is what I would do, and this is how I would do it. But ultimately, it falls on the other person. It's on their responsibility for what they do, right?
Yeah. Okay. You can't make anyone unless you have a mind control device.
Now, if you ask me, do I think it's a good idea that Dick is doing this? I do think it's a good idea that Dick is doing this. Because this is setting up, because remember, Dick lives in California. No, not just the word out. Dick lives in California. It is an anti-slap state. And so that's the whole reason that Maddox lost a bunch of money to Dick Masterson. And I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen this, but I'm pretty sure at some point he's going to say, if Eric sues him for the things that Eric's trying to sue him for what they're saying that him and Vito might have did some quote-unquote gay ops, that's not going to end well for Eric. Eric's going to end up having to pay Dick money.
Okay, here we got another question. Thoughts on microtransactions in games?
I hate them. They're terrible. They're ruining gaming. They're literally ruining gaming.
Okay, I definitely say they are negative. And we definitely have Alpha Eagle. Do you have a reason to believe Melanie Mack was lying other than she made a video explaining her changed opinion? Very good question.
Do I have any reason to believe other than the fact that she said one thing and then she said a different thing? No. That's literally what my whole premise is. She said one thing and then she said another thing.
Okay. Absolutely understand. And there could have been external pressures or just her sort of going with what she thinks the audience wants to hear.
And again, I don't care why.
Okay. You don't actually care about the actual reasons behind why. It's just the fact that you believe she's lying and you believe this evidence presented.
I don't believe Again, I presented evidence. It's up to you as the audience to make a
You have
decision.
to admit the way you frame it, you're definitely implying. Not there's you have the evidence to sort of imply that.
I
I'm not
show
saying-
evidence. If the evidence, if you think that the evidence is leaning a certain way, then that's you as the audience going, yeah, this is what it's leaning towards.
So people are projecting that you're saying a certain thing,
Yeah.
and you're not putting any sort of framing at all. I think that's taking advantage of human psychology to a certain degree, but I do understand.
think I'm
your
that
reasoning
smart.
for it. Okay. Okay, that's absolutely fine. You can say you're not that smart.
Why frame my titles like that? See, that's a good question.
Yeah, I
That-
also
that-
frame
that-
my title. Okay, I don't blame you. Is
That's
someone saying
clickbait.
that?
That's 100% clickbait. I want you to click on it, right?
Yeah.
If I put video on Melanie Mac or Melanie Mac video about Tomb Raider, it's probably going to get a lot less clicks, right? A lot less attention. Let's just be honest.
Okay. There's definitely a balance between humor and seriousness that you definitely have established you do. And I can't deny that. Okay. But you still definitely, you don't have to. Yeah, that's a horrible argument. Sorry. You don't have to cover these things, but you feel these people are lying in these circumstances. So you put the facts out there and you sort of get people to come in and you go on streams who are talking about you or issues you're talking about, correct?
Like I said, videos I'm going to put out factually based as possible. The facts that as I know them, as I'm able to find them. A stream is me literally just sitting around shooting the shit.
But are you aware of the culture who takes clickbait seriously? Like it's being dishonest. Clickbait's dishonest. I've encountered plenty of those people myself, and some of them take a stream offense just to titles.
Yeah, offense is taken. Offense is not given, right? People can take offense to whatever the fuck they want, and at the end of the day, I don't care.
And you aren't meaning to give out offense with your clickbait.
Again, offense is taken. Offense is not given.
Okay.
I don't give anyone offense. They take it.
Okay, I'm talking about your intent. You know your intent.
My
So,
intent is to get people to look at the video.
it's not to offend anyone, not rage bait, clickbait. It's just
my intention again is to get people to click on my video or stream and watch it.
Okay. And you have
how that happens, really irrelevant. Whether it's because they're angry, whether because they're curious, whether because they don't like the person, whether because they like the person, doesn't matter.
See, reason you get some of these questions, I believe, is because they feel like just the clickbait and the way you lead people will lead people to certain conclusions. Even if you're using only facts and just saying their questions, sort of like, oh, I'm confused by this. Because it's not actually confusing, it's performance. When you say that about Melanie Mack sometimes by repeating what she's saying, and the example, I'm confused. When you don't want to lead people, but it's sort of misleading to say in that instance you're confused or you don't address it.
You didn't find the humor in my video?
Humor is subjective. Okay.
Well, no,
Sorry, man.
Apparently I need to work on it because
we both need to. You need to know your audience. I mean, you're probably different. You're focusing probably on a different audience than I would focus on. So I doubt our humor is going to connect too well.
I don't think it's so much the humor, so much as it is who I am, right? If you know who I am, then when I say things a certain way, it's funny because it's different from what I usually am.
Yeah. When
I
you
think
have
that's
the
the problem.
original humor, that's not sort of found in the
It's
movie.
not universal.
Yeah, it's not universal. There's a lot of people who pick up, like you watch a certain type of movie, like SNL style movies, and you use that humor, it'll translate to a lot more people than if you use your personal humor you developed among your friends, which might be a mixture of like gaming and comic books. That I do absolutely understand. Oh, or maybe it's clickbait and he's lying. See, I don't like to start with that. Maybe LG's right, or that's
But see, here's the
probably
thing. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I don't care. Right? If
okay.
LG has that opinion, that's fine. Have that opinion. I don't care.
Yep. Response
I'm curious
culture.
why everyone cares that I make videos on other. That I find.
Well,
very
there's a sort of
astounding.
culture that you're damaging the brand, you're lying about them.
But how does that
And
affect you? Let's say let's do it for instance here. Let's do a hypothetical. Let's say I am 100% lying about Melanie Mac. Those are AI videos. Everything is complete fraud. How does that affect your life?
doesn't affect me at all.
So why do you care? I mean, if you were Melanie Mac or in Melanie Mac's friend circle, I would say, okay, that makes sense that you care that some small YouTuber made a video about her and lied. But as just someone on the internet, why is it that important for you to say, hey, this guy shouldn't be lying about Melanie Mac?
I never made that claim. I'm saying the videos definitely seem like you are going for our own on a lot of these people. And I use the example of Melanie Mac. And why I understand your.
So why is it important for you to point that out?
I'm trying to understand discourse on the internet. Okay. It's a very niche thing. I had a whole sort of stream talking about just criticism online. I had 2 streams, at least, just dedicated to what was the last one? A good faith criticism, and the one before was the art of criticism. I'm looking at criticism online. And yeah, I'm probably like you. I'm a little bit verbose with some of my rhetoric and definitely with some of my titles like this one. Might not go with this title again. I was trying it out. Why go for the own? It's cringe. Maybe a bad title for it. You need to adjust things sometimes, and I will admit that. So there's definitely adjustments that need to be made along the way. And I agree, clickbait. Like, what is your impression of why go for the own is cringe?
It's weird.
Yeah.
I really don't. It's really hard to like grasp what it is you're trying to say. Like if I knew nothing about anything and I just stumbled on this video or stream or whatever, it's not intriguing. You should probably have a question mark in there, so that might help. Why going for the own is cringe? Question mark.
Maybe. I'll definitely take that criticism. How about I'm a Christian and I hate people lying about other people? So he's assuming Alpha Eagle is assuming you are lying here about certain people, and you're saying you're going by the facts. And I notice sort of in your thing with Eric July, I'm not criticizing, I'm just pointing out the fact you keep going to the legal argument instead of a more. Do you not give any consideration to the ethics of what some of these people do at all? Like with Vito having the sort of a troll associated with him.
How is a troll associated with him?
Well, he's a fan who fed information to Vito.
Vito's now responsible for what fans do.
I'm not saying it, but the ethical thing of saying I have
Vito literally said, he literally went on Twitter and said, Eric July, if you need me to, I will give you the person who emailed me. I will give you his email and any information I have on them so you can hold them responsible for fucking up your business. He literally said that.
Okay. And you believe that was the ethical thing for Vito to do there? And a legal thing. Okay.
He said, hey, I have nothing to do with this. This is some crazy fan that did this. I can give you whatever information I have on this fan so you can do whatever it is within the legal parameters, because if you feel that you've been affected, whether it's you suing him for tortoise interference or you trying to show that this guy is making shit up or whatever it is, he's like, I'm literally willing to help you with this. Even though we don't like each other, even though you don't like me, I'm willing to go ahead and give you this information if you need it.
Okay. That does seem like a fair move to make. I'm trying to see if there's any comments. Jimon, you don't care. Okay, you don't care. You keep going back and forth with people. Check his X account. Oh, God.
So me going back and forth with people proves that I care? Or maybe it proves that I'm at work and I'm bored.
Okay. So He's just bored, and you go
And
in.
my boss has been off of work, so I had a little extra time to just play on my phone.
So obviously, X is your entertainment. I'm guessing. Do you do a little bit of trolling and just fuck with people, or you trying to
No.
get actual things out of it?
If somebody has fucked with me, then I will fuck back with them. It's really clear, really clear on this. You know, I bothered you? Have you seen me anywhere near you, talking about you, mentioning you, saying anything about you?
No.
There's a reason for that, because you have not said nothing about me. I have no reason to say anything about you. The problem is your buddies here, they've all said things about me, whether it is to me or in comment sections on other people's videos about me. And now when I've come back and said things about them, they got really upset.
Okay.
Like let's take LG for example. LG literally in his video said, "Hey, I am better at business than you, Tony." He said, "I am better at business." So I said, "Well, LG, you have a LLC that you fail to pay taxes on. Doesn't that prove that you're not better at business than me?" And he said that wasn't relevant. Is that relevant to the conversation?
Hard to say without the full context.
That's literally
Around
context. He literally said, "You're better at business than me." So I said, "Hey," in my video, I said, "Hey, I watched his." I replied and I said, "He has a LLC where he failed to pay taxes on. That proves that he's not better at business than I am."
Okay. Well, you would have to do counter just because he failed in one regards, unless you put something.
No, he said he's better than me, right? And so my argument was that the LLC not paying taxes equaled he's not better than me. I'm not arguing whether or not that's true or not. I'm just saying that's relevant to the conversation, right?
See,
Because
that's
an
sort of
LLC is literally business, right?
Yes.
And so failing to pay taxes on your business is literally your ability to conduct business, right?
Well, you can't.
So then it's
fail the
literally
game. You can't fail a game if you don't try. I don't know why you said that. Have you talked about business?
I was
Your
talking about
business
Eric July's
ventures?
business. I was not
Eric
talking about my
July's business. Okay.
Yeah, and so he felt the need to bring his business and my business into a conversation about Eric July's business. And so it's not my fault that he has a LLC that didn't pay taxes on. It's not my fault that his LLC is on his website. He lists himself on his Twitter as the CEO of it, right? There wasn't much digging to do to find the information, right? So don't get mad at me when you put some shit out there, when you put things out into the world, and then those things come back to bite you, right? Like literally, if I said, "Hey, Vince, I'm smarter than you," and then you came out and said, "Well, here's my master's degree," right? And I'm like, "Well, that doesn't have nothing to do with it, Vince. That doesn't mean no. That's literally you trying to prove that you're smarter than me, right? You've dug up something. Or we say, "Hey, Tony, turns out that we found out that you failed high school," right?
Well, if
and I said, "Well, that's not relevant to the
if
conversation."
If LG said he has more experience in business than you,
No, he said he's better at business.
okay, yes, you are taking his words literally. Sometimes
that's all I can do.
Don't use the right words.
Well, that's
and
not
a lot
my
of
fault.
people
That's
don't.
not my problem. My problem isn't that people don't use the right words. My problem is that when I use people's words against them, when I say, "Here's your words, I'm going to hold you to your words," they get very upset. That's my problem.
Okay. You try to hold people to their own words. And if they misspeak, do you let them correct themselves? Or do you try to go back and say,
well, if
you
they
said
want to
this
correct
originally?
themselves,
Or are they lying?
They could correct themselves if they want after the fact, but don't get mad at me for bringing it up. That's all I'm saying.
It might come off as a little bit snide to them. Like
That's too bad. Again, you take offense. I don't give offense. I don't care how people perceive what I say. I don't care how people perceive the way I act or my behavior. I do what I do. I am what I am. Right.
This is why
if people don't like it. That's not my problem.
This is why I heard people call you a narcissist or something like that. And you sort of play that up. It seems like in some of your comments.
Again,
you definitely give the implication you love people talking about you, love listening to people talk about you.
It's fantastic. I mean, the more people that talk about me, the better my brand is on YouTube, right?
Not necessarily. If you're known as a jackass who just
But what did Captain Jack
people...
Sparrow say when they said you're the worst pirate we've ever heard about? He said, "But you've heard about me, right? I'd rather be a jackass that everybody knows than a nobody that no one's ever heard of."
Okay, that's definitely a way you can look at it. Absolutely agree that's a way you can look at it. And
That's
Yeah.
the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Okay?
And other people think you should have more tact probably and should
And
actually
they're
consider
free. They're
some
free
more
to think
other.
that. They're free to think that all they want. But again, I don't care. I'm not asking people to like me. I'm not asking people to be my friend or to consider me a certain way or to think a certain way or to consider my feelings. I don't care how people perceive me. I don't care how people think about me. And I don't care how people feel at the end of the day. Okay?
Did you want to have a chat with LG or Tiamont? Just asking.
Do I want to?
Yeah.
If they want to come on, I don't care. It's your show.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to. Yeah. It's really complex what I'm trying to do. Okay. I'll send them.
I'm a
both
very
link-
simple creature. That's the problem. You guys are trying to put complex motives. on
They're
someone
trying to
who's
put
very
you in a
simple.
box, and I don't necessarily agree with it. I try to facilitate actually understanding, and there's definitely a lot of misunderstanding. I will agree. I'll send it.
Yeah, I don't care. I go back again. Going back and forth on Twitter is like no effort.
See,
It
but the-
requires no effort.
YouTube's also about a lot about optics. I mean, even I'm pretty horrible with optics, but I still try to take a certain approach to it. And
Again, you say that, right? And again, I'm not here. I'm not trying to brag, right? This is not me trying to brag, okay? Let me just preface this. But with my behavior, with the way I act, I've gotten big people to show up on my show, okay?
okay. Yeah,
So-
you
so-
did the same bait thing that I did. I noticed with bounding into comics. You got
No, I didn't do the same bait thing that you did. See, here's what you probably don't understand. I know JDA. We've talked off screen. He's in a DM group that I'm part of. Okay. EVS has been on my show several times. I met him on another podcast. He gave me a copy of Cyberfrog 2 early.
Okay,
so I could
maybe
read
I
it and
used the
review it.
wrong term bait. Okay. You're trying to reach out through the notes, community notes. What I saw on your channel.
No, I literally tagged them so they were aware that I was talking about them.
Yes. And they could have responded to you.
Yes, they could have showed up. They could have not showed up. They could have did whatever they chose to do. But you know, I've said this, and I said this to LG, and I've said this to TMAD and to Renowned Zero. You know, if you're going to talk about me, at least have the courtesy to tag me so I can see it and I can hear what you're saying about me, right? I think it's pretty cowardly to have a stream or do a video about somebody and do it in a way that they're not aware that it's being done, right? Wouldn't it be weird, Vince, if like in a week from now you were like, oh shit, you just happened to go, hey, I wonder what that Tony guy's up to, and you saw a video like, oh shit, he did a whole live stream about me. Like, wouldn't you have been like, hey, it would have been nice that if I knew about that, right?
Yeah, some people try to turn that out to be sort of a clout chasing. And that's definitely what people assume with you. By tagging people, by talking about people, you're trying to clout shark them or something like that.
But again, how can I be clout chasing people that I know? How can I be clout chasing people that have been on my streams? If I was clout chasing, trust me, I would be name dropping people. I'd be doing a lot bigger things, more important things than doing live streams where I'm dunking on nobodies on Twitter. You know, I literally did live streams where we guess celebrity asses. Whose celebrity is this? Look at this ass. What celebrity is that? Oh, you're incorrect.
Okay. So you just do whatever, tag them, and then you sort of go along with the sort of.
If I'm talking about somebody, that person gets tagged so they have the opportunity to respond to what I'm saying. It's called common courtesy.
Great show last night. Kind of shame my friend, Comic Artist Pro Secret, wasn't able to hop on stream to clarify his position, but I'm grateful he was in chat for a while before. So that's sort of a thank you for at least coming into chat.
No, that was me just poking the bear because EVS it likes to troll people, so I was giving him a little bit
Okay,
back.
so you troll him back.
Yeah.
Okay. Completely.
He was literally in
understand
my chat saying that we should pray for Nerdette. Him and John Dela Rose.
that. Yeah. John Delarose. Interesting guy. Okay. But yeah, I'm seeing if they want to come on, but I am looking at chat. Anything clout chasing, talking about you, Tony. Not saying
I had
I'm
Bianca
saying
on.
that.
If I want to clout chase, I'd have more Bianca on my streams because she gets all the hookups.
Okay, I'm just saying how that comes off optically when you're tagging people, and your perspective is you've been on live stream, you consider them friendly, or
My
maybe not
perspective
friendly.
is maybe I wasn't clear, but my perspective is I don't care what other people think. I will do things for the reasons that I said. I tag people so they're aware that I'm talking about them. If other people see it a different way, I don't care. I can't be any more clear than that.
Okay, you can't be any more clear because you just don't care, and that seems like a sort of cop out to some people.
It's not a cop out. And again, if that's what they think, that's what they think, and I'm not here
Well,
to change their
personally,
mind.
when you say you don't care,
I don't care what other people think about me. I don't care what other people see.
That specific thing, you don't care what other people think about you, and that seems a little odd to a lot of people who are very focused on reputation online.
Yeah, that's people who are insecure about who they are, don't understand, have not come to the same place that I've come to in my life. I get that, right? I used to be like that. I used to care what people thought about me, but then at some point in your life, you're going to realize other people's opinions don't mean shit. At the end of the day, I live with myself. I have to like who I am, and it doesn't matter if other people like me or not. Right? It's about me.
Okay. Very, they'll come off, no wonder, narcissistic, self-centered. And we have these two gents on. I'll try to facilitate. Okay. Okay, gents. Welcome to the stream, which I sort of digress, but I sort of like it that way. So, who wants to start? I'm guessing you have a question.
I'll let LG go first.
Well, first I need to know if y'all can hear me right. Everything good?
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay,
Audio
cool.
coming through.
No, all I want to say to Tony is I'm not trying to debate. Like, I let you know because I didn't know if he tagged you. But the thing is, when I think you come off as disingenuous on your YouTube, like whether it's clout chasing or that, and if I've held you to your standard, it's because I believe you need to be, I believe creators should be. It's not that I don't get your sense of humor or brand. It's because you mischaracterized me on your own stream with your sidekick. Yeah, I went in there not trying to make friends. But afterwards, you drug me through the mud, and I will react.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let me.
Let Tony answer.
So, did you literally not send me a shit ton of messages, both on the comment section and my Discord?
You asked her before because this started more than a week out.
Okay, how does that relate? How does that relate to that issue?
How does that relate? Because after he did that, I went on the stream and that's what I said. I said, "Hey, this guy sent me a whole shitload of things because he's fucking nuts."
Yeah, and you mischaracterized it.
That's you. So you calling someone fucking nuts when that may not be the case. It's not mischaracterizing somebody.
And he didn't say I mischaracterized
because you just said earlier. Because you just said earlier, you present facts. That's what you said earlier.
Not
and
on my life.
I'm not done. You just said you present facts, right?
On videos, yes.
Okay. You said you present facts. Now, forgive me. I just woke up. So, and Tiamat tagged me about this. He told me about this. I ain't gonna lie. I was asleep. So, things are gonna be a little bit hazy, and I don't care right now at this point. So, if you're saying you're presenting facts or whatever the fuck you said on videos, whatever the fuck, right? Either way, doesn't matter, right? Even if you're just shooting the shit, like you said on your live streams, you don't think that, just calling people crazy or nut jobs or whatever the fuck you want to call them, you don't think that's going to get a reaction, even if it's just quote unquote shooting shit?
Oh, it's going to get a reaction.
Okay. Yeah. So why would you? What's the point?
Because I think he's fucking nuts.
You think he's fucking nuts?
It's really clear. In my opinion, I think he's crazy. He sent me a whole bunch of messages, like some sort of ex-girlfriend that couldn't let go, and that's what I said on the stream.
Then I read the messages. He sent me a whole bunch of messages. We've talked. He sent me messages. There'll be times where I don't have an answer, and I'm at work. So I don't feel him as crazy. I even let him know, hey, look, I'm at
Did
work.
he ever send you
so-
messages where he said, "Hey, we should come on the stream and talk," and then like the next message, "You're a fucking idiot. I hate you." Did he send you those kind of messages? Because those are the kind of messages he sent me
Where did he send them?
on Discord.
Prove it. Where?
I did. I
would like to
literally
see
showed them. I literally showed them.
I mean,
his stream.
this was after discourse, right?
See,
because
so now.
So wait.
I
So
can show
when
you
was that? Okay, so what was the time frame? So okay, so T-Matt, I'm asking this because I can ask this because me and T-Matt has talked.
Yeah.
So you called him all these names for what?
I basically, right, because when this first happened, right, just as to clarify this, I'm kind because you and I have a similar pattern.
Okay.
Right. In a way, we both are up later, and Tony never understood this.
Okay.
So if I was awake,
Why should Tony understand that? He doesn't know you. I'm sorry.
True. Well, realistically, I explained this. So he sets the
So did you explain that to him after that? That's my thing. Like
I will send a
told
message, and he'll go, "Yeah, I send it to you that I leave you alone because if it's a thought process with me,
right?
And
Okay,
then
and if it feels
I
like you
get
feel
done.
like you, which makes sense. Okay, if you feel like you're bothering someone, you'll say that message. Okay, sorry to bother you. Okay, well, I can put it like this. For me personally, I tell y'all if I'm busy or if I'm doing something,
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. This is what I'm doing. Or hey, I'm taking. Even if I don't tell you exactly what I'm doing, you'll know. Hey, I'm a little bit busy. Or hey, I was taking a nap. Or whatever the fuck. Okay, that's the thing. So where did the I hate you shit come in at? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I literally said, and I'll read you the messages, and T-Matt can tell you if I'm lying, but I'll literally read you. It says here, "Okay, I gotta go to sleep now. Bye-bye." That's what I said to him, right? He says, "Try again, Pushy, and prove me right. You're a coward with a dead end 9 to 5. Hence why you set up the debate. He used your tweet for clout on EG. Did he ask you to retweet it? Just so me the message and prove me wrong. I'll admit I was wrong. Vito wouldn't save you if you were dying or drowning. It takes 5 minutes to stream it. Also, dipshit coward. Why do you stream? You assume Eric dodges. What if it's because it's legal reasons? Are you that fucking stupid? Let's assume you hold Vito to the same standard of bad PR. This is what you don't get, buddy." That was all caps. Vito's fans are as bad as what he accuses other stuff out. Eric has a white person voice, not racist at all. You got owned in chat by Eric, pussy. Weak ass, pathetic Mexican instigator. Seriously? Worst part is you idolize Eddie Guerrero or use the meme. Do you probably Rey Mysterio height? You didn't even realize you got owned on that stream, midget. Also, Little Village got shit on South Dallas or a ghetto here. But wailing for that debate, loser, you're going to try to not be act like a racist on with black friend. Lol. Why would you use pathetic wrestler that was rampant user then drop dead from the effects of his drug use? Maybe we can schedule a stream time and have the discussion. You won't, pussy.
Yeah.
All that was sent to me.
Okay, that's definitely bad optics.
That it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. But my question is, when was that sent? And I asked that for a reason. So that was that before you? Was that before you did the video, or was that when y'all were talking about doing the video and then y'all just, or because that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It was after the in between, right? Because it's not like talking, so it's like I have
I feel like something is. I feel like because to me, honestly, it feels like something is missing. Like there's some missing information. And the reason why I said this because I've been doing YouTube for a minute. All right. And I've been talking with people for a minute. So I understand when people are trying to do stuff to make them look good or make them sound good. Like there's some in between because to my understanding, for T-Matt, and I'm not just saying this because I just met T-Matt last week, couple of weeks
well,
ago.
you talked to me personally, but we've run across each other before.
Okay, we ran across each other. Okay, so I actually sat down and had a conversation with you. Started last week and a half. Yeah. Cool. So, but I guess we've talked in passing about other stuff. I don't know. Okay, because sometimes I've talked to different people. Sometimes it goes somewhere.
I
sometimes
remember
it
you from dealing with the Eric July stuff you deal with, like Renowned Zero stream.
Okay,
we're getting off topic here. Okay,
but it's
okay. Well, no, I'm asking because I'm trying to clear out. What
Let's
I'm
ask
saying is,
was this after you went on stream with him that you sent all these? I will admit these are schizo. Were you trying to be funny with them, or were you just angry because
And
you felt you were
that's not
sniping?
all of them either. There's more.
I'm sure.
Okay. But I'm assuming the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm assuming
This was
it's
a
after.
combination of basically this dude would basically go into the comments section and do stuff. Because, yes, do I assume with psychology, like a person like Tony is the guy who goes, oh, look at this over here. I'm gonna go talk to shit behind your back. Yes,
Okay, you're assuming motives about Tony here, correct?
He basically,
I mean,
my
the
whole
assumption
thing
is
is
not
where
completely wrong, though.
where this basically went.
You
south.
literally went on my stream and called my co-host an idiot. No, it was something worse than that, and he wasn't even on the stream.
Oh,
you insulted Finbar, and he wasn't even there.
Okay, yeah,
I did it for.
why
I
did you
did it.
say?
I did that for just the point of because. Oh,
The point
just
was
so
what
you-
to attack someone who's not even
Oh,
there.
can
to
I
defend
make the
themselves?
point? Because you came on me and Gray's stream talking the Eric July stuff. Because if you want, so you don't do details. Now, Gray's like, I'm tired, whatever else. You wanted to cause crap on the stream. I'm just like, okay, I know who this guy is.
So, Timon, you think he was trying to own you on that stream in the chat by saying to come in? That how you felt slighted?
I think it's pretty much PR. I was just like,
Okay, and Tony, what was your motives for it? Okay, were you trying to own them, or
I
were
just
you
wanted
just
to get on
trolling?
stream and talk.
Okay, stream and talk about this. You thought you had...
I believe they were either talking about me or talking about something that I had knowledge of.
Yeah, I believe they weren't talking about you. I mean, maybe Timon brought you up after you came into chat, but they were just talking about the Eric July situation, which I don't know much about. But so maybe you were trying to correct the record to make sure everyone who watched the stream would have a correct, and you thought coming on stream would correct it. You weren't coming on to try to call him stupid or anything.
No, why would I do that? What
Okay.
point would
Yeah,
that say?
well,
also,
just-
I didn't get on stream, so what does it even matter?
Yeah.
well, we weren't talking about that. And the funny thing is, all the points he was going to make, we all made.
How do you know that? See again, he all the points you were going to make, we already made. He has no idea what I was going to say. I didn't even get on the stream, but he already knew all the things I was going to say. It sounds to me, and again,
Well,
my opinion, he's
where's
crazy.
The video? Where is the video of you talking about, or is it video or live stream of you talking about Tiamat?
The one that he was on, or the one that he was
I think
on?
he's meant the one it is. It's the Gray thing we talked about, the lawsuit. It happened to
Okay.
go long because every point that either he was going to make and say we weren't going to make, I either made.
See, again, no idea what I was going to say. Just assigning motive, assigning words to me.
Yeah,
that
and
didn't say.
I
Okay.
keep on berating him for it. You need to actually ask questions. I keep on telling
So-
Timon, just don't assume things. But
But
Go
here's
on.
here's the other thing. Okay, if that's the case, to not just assume things, then why make a 4-hour video off a video that I made on you? And
Because
and
I'm
here's
verbose
wait.
in my audience. You
Wait.
asked me a question.
But wait, I'm not done yet.
It's a
Not done yet.
multi-part question.
Shut up. I'm not done yet. Anyway, that video in question, out of that 37-minute video, only maybe less than 20 minutes was talking about the situation with you.
Okay.
And I know this because I made the video, of course. So less than 20 minutes of it was talking about you, and you decided to make a 4-hour video.
No, I didn't decide to make a 4-hour video. That's what happened. I decided to stream it and EFAP it, and then it turned into a 4-hour thing.
Like I said, you decided to make a long form video over stuff that
No, it wasn't a
and
long
add
form
stuff in
video.
there.
It was a live stream. I
Whatever.
literally just watched
You
it.
can argue semantics all you want.
It's not semantics. It's the literal.
That-
Again,
that-
the
I
live
don't
stream is
care.
different from a long form video.
Don't care. I personally don't care.
Well, I don't care. if you
not,
care.
I
not
don't
everyone
care.
is precise. Didn't I say?
But it's not
sometimes-
precision.
It's not about. I'm not.
It's not
trying-
about
like you said,
precision
he's
because
trying
if you
to- he's
watch a
trying
live
to
stream,
make-
you know that I interact with my audience. So literally, part of that stream is me talking to the audience about bullshit that had nothing to do with the video. I literally go on tangents all
Okay,
the time.
so exactly. So one of those tangents was bringing up the LLC, bringing up my Twitter.
No, that wasn't a
which had-
tangent.
no,
that was
no.
on point. That wasn't a tangent.
Like I
that was
said,
on
it was a
point.
tangent.
No,
You're
that
bringing
wasn't a
up
tangent.
stuff.
That wasn't a
Okay,
tangent.
so what does the money that I make at my job have anything to do?
I didn't say anything about
with
the money you made at
what?
your job.
No, it's in. So why is it in the live stream? So why are you bringing up my old Twitter stuff? Right? Why are you bringing up
Because I was making
my
fun of you.
mascot that I made?
Because I
Why
was
are
making
you
fun of
bringing
your
up the
mascot.
mascot that I made for no reason?
That was the reason
Okay.
I was making fun of you. What
For
part
what?
of that are you
What are you
missing?
making fun of me for? See, because
Because I thought it was cringe.
Because you thought, like I said, because you were sitting up here, you just said when your videos, either your videos, you talk about you do it with facts, you do.
Yeah,
so
my
what does that have
videos.
to do with?
That wasn't a
what does that
video.
have
That's
to do
why.
with-
That's why the precision of words matters. Again, that was a live stream where I was just talking shit, and you happened to be the person I was talking shit about.
Okay.
Okay, so do you
for what?
think
And so when people
consistency
go
doesn't
ahead,
matter?
Bobby.
You take you talk about certain things in just fact terms, and then you're just
The live stream
bringing up-
had, yes, I made fun of him. I was literally looking for
what?
reasons to make fun of him. Because you
what?
came
Because
at
no,
me.
I came at you. I came
Yes.
at you. Why? What did I come
I don't
at you
care
for?
why. You came
No,
at me.
exactly.
That's all-
You don't
that's all
care.
that
But let me
matters to
tell
me.
you. Let me tell you why I put you in that video. Okay, I can tell you why. Because you are one of the Eric July detractors. You are hating on Eric July for no reason.
I'm hating on.
stupid.
How am I hating on Eric
No,
July?
you're hating on a man
How?
for no reason.
How am
that's
I
being
hating on him? How am I hating on him?
You're hating on the man for no reason.
How am I
because you
hating
sat
on
up
him?
here.
Why
and-
is that so hard
because-
to answer?
Hold on. I'm not.
No,
done.
hold on. How am I hating? You made this
I'm
claim.
getting there. I'm going to explain. So what you need to do is sit back. Let me explain. You've been doing all this talking up until we got here. Now, when you get confronted, now it's, oh, well, I don't mean this.
No, it's not. It's you said you're hating on Eric July. No,
because you're hating on Eric
You said
July.
I'm hating on Eric July.
You're
I'm not
hating on Eric July
How am I
because
hating
you
on
don't
Eric
like
July by
you
saying
don't
he
like
made a
his
shitty comic?
You're
He
saying
made a
his
shitty comic.
and
That's not hating on
at
Eric
every
July.
video on every video. At
On
every
every
video,
video?
talking about every almost every video that's talking
I'm
about
almost
Eric
every
July,
video now. We went from every video to almost every video.
on every video
Are
talking
we
about
gonna,
Eric
like,
July.
are we gonna clarify
on
it
every
again to,
video.
like-
on
And
every
remember,
video that's
Tony,
talking
how
about
you
Eric-
were saying every one of the quartering. You weren't being precise with that either. So
Okay,
give a
see,
little
exactly.
leeway with the language.
So with every video that you talk about Eric July, it's his stuff sucks. His stuff this. Oh, it's the lawsuit. His stuff is going to go under. You don't think that sounds like the tractor stuff to me? Like
I
to
don't give a
anybody
fuck
else?
what it sounds like.
Exactly. You bought now. To make this make sense now, you bought 2 comics from Eric July. 2.
Yes,
If the first one was bad, now you bought the first one before I did. The only reason why I bought 1 and 2 at the same time is because last year, and I made this clear on my live stream, the reason why I wasn't able to get it last year was because I wasn't able to get it last year. Okay, I was not in the physical place to get it. Otherwise, I would have bought it. Anywho, I bought 1 and 2. You bought 1 and said you didn't like it.
Yes.
Why buy another one?
Because my audience wanted me to review it.
Your audience wanted to review it.
Yes.
Okay. Your audience wanted you to review it.
Yes.
I
What,
see
why
a little
how are you
inconsistency
repeating what I
here.
said?
No.
Yeah.
I'm making sure we understand that. Like, are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I call bullshit. I call
you
bullshit.
can call bullshit all you want. Literally, if you look at my channel,
But
when I talk about a thing, then my audience is like, "Hey, Tony, now that you're talking about the Amico, you need to buy the Amico stuff because you're talking about it. Hey, now that you're talking about Eric July's book, you need to buy the book, right? Because my audience holds me accountable. If I'm going to criticize something, I need to own the thing, right? I can't just talk about something without actually owning it. What if I bought the book and it was good? What if I bought 2 and 2 was better than 1? What if 2 was actually really good and say, hey, you know what? He turned it around in 2.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he didn't.
My thing
right?
is you are right. You have a right to have your opinion. I'm not mad at the fact that you don't like the book. That's your problem. That's
Apparently
your problem.
you are,
Your
because
preference and
you're
prejudice.
telling me I'm a
because
hater of
it's
Eric
the
July.
way you're hating Eric July because you're going. Look at what you're talking about. You're legit doing the same route.
Do you say
that
anything
every of these-
positive about Eric July, Tony?
Do I have
Look
to?
at his
Is that a
channel.
requirement?
No, but it definitely makes you come off as a hater when the only time you acknowledge
Do I
Eric
talk
July
about Eric
is
July's
when
family?
he's doing something.
Do I talk about Eric July's personal business? Do I talk about Eric July talking about other people? Do I defend people who are talking about Eric July? Do I talk about Eric July in any other terms other than the ISOM in Rippaverse context?
And the lawsuit, of course, over it.
Which is part of the ISOM Rippaverse context, right?
Yes.
The lawsuit is
But
definitely
you're
about
talking
ISOM.
about it, and you're talking about it. Oh well, I hope he get. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Can I
when
say?
When did I ever say I hope anything? I literally
Didn't
said,
you talk about his him doing the false DMCA strikes with extra
which
hero
is
and all of
again
them?
in the Rippaverse context.
Now, what's funny is, Tony, and I
Is it
find
funny?
this.
I don't think it is funny, but whatever.
The odd thing about this is you have a pattern. It's not like I know of LG, like I know of Renowned Zero and others, because sometimes we hang in the same spheres.
That's
Okay.
great. Fantastic.
And you started
No, I
putting
didn't.
yourself into every person that you think, whether it was Renowned Stream,
No,
like the
when
big
people
thing.
talk about me, then I come and I talk about them. It's really that
But
simple.
you know you don't have to talk about them back.
I don't have
Just
to,
'cause
but I want to. If someone
Okay.
talks about me, that
and
opens
why
the
do you
door
want to talk about them back? Why don't you just ignore them? I'm just asking this as a question.
because it gives me content.
Okay.
But no, and notice how when people talk about you, right, they label you in with detractors. So why that's the
Do I
point
care?
that I'm getting at.
Do I care?
Because your pattern is a legit
Do
detractors.
I care?
Okay,
Do I care what
your
people
stuff
label me?
is
Why do you care about
lawsuits-
facts? Okay. You don't
So
care
I
about
care about
people's
facts.
It's not a
opinions,
fact.
but facts. Correct?
Facts. Yeah, people's opinions don't matter to me. Again, I said this. I
That's
don't know
not
how many times.
oh,
I don't care what people think
you
about me. I don't care what
but
people
you will
think.
sit up here, but you can sit up here and talk shit about everybody else, and everybody else can. So if you can basically, so it's okay for you to sit up here and call, say, the Rippaverse shitty. You can celebrate when it goes, when it's having this lawsuit, saying that he's going to have to change his name. Matter of fact, which is on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah, he is going to have to change his name. Because literally, I looked at the lawsuit, and in my legal opinion, they have a case, and it's pretty airtight.
So if that has,
did you
if
read
that
the
has
lawsuit?
case,
LG,
I
did
read
you read the
I
lawsuit?
read the lawsuit. Okay, and if that has a case, then that means if that's the case, then that means anything with ISOM has to go.
No.
Anything, not
No,
anything with ISOM. That
That's
means
not
government entities.
that's
government
not, no,
entities.
That's not how it works. See, what you're
Government
saying is not.
entities.
No, sir. What you're saying is incorrect, and that's why we have this issue because you're saying things that are incorrect. Literally, the International School of Ministry has a trademark for ISOM. ISOM, just like that. It has a word mark, trademark for ISOM in the field of printed materials. Okay? If a government agency puts out a book called ISOM, then yes, they can go after them. If a government agency puts ISOM on their building, no, they can't go after them because a building is not a book. Unfortunately for Eric, a comic book is a book, and a comic book fits in the same category of the trademark that the International School of Ministry holds.
Okay, let me set the frame.
It doesn't matter.
Let me set
But
the frame real quick.
things. So it's two different things. So we're talking church. We're talking a church, bro. We're talking a church.
Do you know what a magazine is?
I know very well what a magazine is.
Okay, so
but
you know
it's a
magazines
church.
It doesn't matter.
Church, but
sir,
the
a
optics are still
magazine,
different. A magazine,
oh
a
my
church
God.
magazine, a church
If the
magazine.
church magazine says
versus,
ISOM on it.
It's not going to be this. I know it's the difference. I know it's going to be a different thing. Okay, it is going to
doesn't
be.
matter. You're not listening to the legal argument. You're listening to the emotional argument.
That's
the
not
legal
an emotional
argument.
argument.
Is literally they
That's
own
logical.
the trademark for the word ISOM on any printed material. Any. It doesn't matter if one is a comic book and one is a religious pamphlet. They own that trademark. It is theirs, and they can choose if they want to stop anyone else from putting ISOM on any other printed material within the United States. And I think they got the trademark internationally.
And according to you, you want that done. You would like that, wouldn't you?
I would find that very hilarious. Yes.
Why? Why is that?
Why? Because he literally looked up the trademark for Rippaverse. He filed it 4 different times, and so he was quite aware that ISOM exists as a trademark. So I think it's very funny that he chose to go ahead with it instead of using good business sense and go, "Hey, that's trademarked. We should probably pick a different name."
And so that's exactly it. Nothing else. So you think that that's okay, and you keep going at Eric every time for this. So
I think it's
why
funny.
is it,
Yes, every time.
And you think it's funny every time, and not because you're begging for attention.
Because I'm what? Because I'm who?
Not because you're not begging for attention at all, right? Because I mean, the reason why my problem with you is
am I a hater or am I begging for attention?
That you're a hater begging for attention. You're both. Both things can be true. In my personal opinion, I think that you're literally, and I'm looking at your channel, and me and Tiamat have talked about this. Tiamat, am I lying? Have I said anything different?
No.
Okay.
We kind of share the
Okay.
same opinions, but it's not like
Hey, Alpha Eagle asked a question. Might as well
Oh,
ask
go
it.
ahead.
The quartering is bad because only He only does. You can read it. Only does
I'll
stories
read it.
that
I'll
his
read it
audience
because
gives him.
The
Reviewed
framing is
item
bad.
two.
That's not what I said. I didn't say the quartering is bad because he only does stories that his audience gives him. That's not what I said. I said the quartering is bad because the audience he asked the audience for suggestions and doesn't look into the suggestions. He simply parrots back what the audience says, which is completely different from my audience asking me to review a comic. My audience and say, "We hate Isom 2. Tell us we hate Isom 2." That would be bad. If my audience said, "Hey, we think Isom 2 is shitty, Tony," and then I said, "Yeah, you're right, it is shitty." That would be bad. I have my own opinion.
That's what the quartering. How do you know the quartering?
Because I literally seen him do it on Twitter. I literally watched him do it repeatedly.
Get people's opinions, then do videos.
Yes,
verbatim,
and then verbatim. Yes, that's what he does.
If he does
there's
it,
been instances, Vince, where he's made videos that went against their opinion, and then they came out and said, "We don't agree with you on that," and then he's literally changed his opinion in another video. Suddenly went a 180.
Okay.
So Tony,
so not because he's done research and changed his opinion. So not because he's done actual research on the topic and maybe changed his opinion. Yeah, like that's the other third layer of this YouTube stuff that a lot of people don't understand. Like,
are you familiar with the quartering at all? Like on a personal level?
I'm familiar
on a personal level.
Not personal level, but no.
So are you familiar with anyone who's familiar with the quartering on a personal level?
So you're saying you're familiar. You just so happen to be familiar with the quartering on a personal
No, I don't
level.
just so happen to be. I am familiar with people who are familiar with the quartering on a personal level.
Okay.
I don't say things just to say things. Okay.
And why would you put that out? Like, my thing is, if you know what people have been telling you about certain people, why put that out there? Because to me, in my mind, this is just me. Okay. So it sounds like you're, once again, that goes back to the ankle biting or undercutting thing. So why would you put that information out there on someone that's putting out business? Like, to me, that seems like undercutting to me. No, once again, maybe I. So why would you
it's
put
bad
out
PR? And Ripperverse does not want bad PR. Like, what do you?
Am I in charge of Ripperverse PR? Am I in charge of Jeremy Hambley PR? Am I in charge of anyone's PR?
Okay, what do you think of dogpiling? Okay, what do you think ethically, or do you not think in ethical terms? You would rather think in legal terms. Like, I was going to bring up copyright trolls who just patent these copyrights and take these people into court. They
who's the copyright troll that we're talking about?
No,
that seems like a really weird thing that just come
trolls and music.
So there's not a specific example. We're just bringing this up as a
hypothetical. Yes, if you don't want to deal with a hypothetical, that's fine.
Obviously, anyone who's a copyright troll is an asshole.
Okay, but they're in their legal rights to use.
Yeah, but they're still an asshole. You know, you could be legally correct and still be an asshole. It's not mutually exclusive.
So can we at least admit maybe the church? I mean, you think
the church what? Do you think the church is an asshole for protecting their trademark?
You're the one who said you think these
No, you said copyright
trolls.
Copyright troll and the church is not the same thing. See, that's why I asked you, because I knew where you were going. The church is
Can
not a
I
copyright
clarify something? Like, let's say, okay.
Years ago, the church got this copyright. They didn't just suddenly get it and then try to sue Eric July. Or they didn't say, hey, he's making this item. Let's get this copyright. That's copyright troll.
I mean, the person who did send it in was
copyright
the
trolls,
email was kind of fucked up.
Okay.
No one said the person who sent the email wasn't fucked up, but it doesn't matter. Legally, it doesn't matter how the church was awarded.
It doesn't matter, right?
Legally, it does. What part of that did you get? Let me say it real again.
No, you don't need to say it again. It legally doesn't matter. Right. As long as, even though the spelling errors were in there, the stuff wasn't even right to cross above the belt thing. Yeah, okay. Legally,
you understand what I just said?
Legally,
it doesn't matter how the church found out.
Right. It doesn't matter how the church found out. Right. Cross over the belt spelling errors,
yes,
someone that's on behalf of a show.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
It's called sarcasm, stupid. Okay.
I know what it's called. You're wrong. That's the problem. It doesn't matter legally how the church found out.
It's wrong.
The church is within their legal rights to sue Eric July over the trademark because they hold the trademark. It doesn't matter how they found
funny. That Eric July. Why do you find it funny? You think
I already explained why I found it funny. I find it funny because he tried to trademark Ripperverse, so he's aware that trademarks exist. He's aware that they work and how they're enforced. And yet he somehow either did not look up the trademark for ISOM and put out his book anyway, or looked up the trademark for ISOM, saw that someone else had it and said, fuck it, and put out his book anyway. So I find that funny. I find it hilarious that someone who talks all kind of shit about other people's business and how they run their shit couldn't run his shit. find it funny.
But you're talking as if he can't run it. Like they're in talks of it. So there's more. We don't know what's going on. So
It's literally
is
been
what's
almost
presented.
3 weeks since they.
It doesn't matter. You forgot the legal system doesn't work like the
This
internet,
isn't legal.
okay?
You said they're in talks. That's not legal system. People being in talks is not the legal system, sir.
People can be in talks for months, years, bro. We don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just taking it at face value, and we're gonna let it be. Okay, we know the lawsuit's there. Okay, we know the potential for the lawsuit's there. We know what's going on. That's all it is, and that's the part that gets me with this.
Okay, so you
Because
read the lawsuit, right?
Eric has been nothing but for the most part. Eric has been nothing but transparent on everything.
What does that mean?
Okay.
What does that matter?
Okay.
What does that mean and what does that matter? Those are two separate questions.
Wait. And the reason why, this is why I bought the book. And this is one of the reasons why I bought the book personally. Okay. He said why for everything, why the book is $35, right? Y'all talked shit about the book, said it's expensive. He broke down why it was.
Well, did you talk about that particular issue? I just want to clarify.
Yes, that's been in there. If not him, it's been in this chat. Okay.
It's been in my chat.
Okay.
There's a weird line between what your audience says and what you do.
Okay.
Do you find it that the pricing to be an issue, Tony? Let's just get that out there, despite what your audience might complain about.
Do I find the price $35 for what he delivered? Yes, it's not worth $35.
Okay,
Is
that's
it the
in your
quality
opinion.
of the material or
Yes.
just writing?
Not the quality of the material, because the quality of it's got good paper. It's great. The paper is fantastic. The quality of the materials is good. The quality of the content is shit. That's what's not worth $35.
Okay. So, Tony, can I say this? If let's assume, right? I had made this argument with like Dane and his people when he talked about his in comics. Because when I called you out, you hadn't bought a comic in 30 years. So,
Timon, don't go down this line.
I'm just going to say this.
No,
okay, we've already talked it, but there's a difference when you're trying to buy a monthly serial or an event book, which is like X amount of pages, versus an omnibus or that type of book, which is a collection. Now, one of the arguments I've seen, and I've seen this made on your channel and others like you and by your people and why you've peddled, is okay. So Eric basically said, I'm putting out 100+ page book, which is like equivalent to an omnibus. How much do I think it's worth? He put $35. Now, if they choose to pay that, but you see what I'm saying, because
if they choose to pay that price,
that's 100 pages. That's not like an event book.
Okay, what is the point here? This is what I'm talking
No,
about.
he's got a point.
If I think that the book is not worth $35, that's my opinion. I think the book is not worth $35. If someone else thinks the book is worth $35, that's their opinion.
It's the quality of the story.
It's twofold, Tony, because when you buy, let's say, when I go to buy a mini series that just releases, I want a regular copy, which is just the normal one. I'll go for the 1 in 10 or the 1 in 20 variant. And that costs me more. Does that make sense?
I think Tony's just talking about the quality. If the story was better, Isom was a good book. He doesn't.
Yes, that's why I literally said that. I literally said
it would be worth that amount of money.
Content of the book is shit. And I don't think it's worth $35.
Which is subjective. I mean, honestly,
right? I literally said that. Sir.
I said it's a step in the right direction, and the reason why, and the crazy thing about it is the reason why people are saying it's shit is because it's like, oh well, this isn't. We don't know what his powers are. We don't know this. It's part of the fucking story. It's a 3-part series. Everybody wants that, and that's the problem with these books. And a matter of fact, this goes back into what Eric realized.
We're going to get to this discussion. We'll get to this. How long is an average comic book?
Once again, I don't.
You don't know, right?
I don't know.
27 pages is an average comic book. So this comic book is like almost 3 comics worth of content, right? Okay. It's a little more than 3. Okay. So when you have one book,
you're expecting everything to be answered in one book.
No, because you're framing it as if it's a 3 3-part arc, right? And I'm going, this
It is a
literally.
it's not, I'm not
hold
framing
on.
it as a 3-part arc. It's exactly
You're
a 3-part.
saying you need
He
to
said
wait.
it himself.
Okay,
I'm
yes,
going
yes,
everything
it's
I'm
a
Okay,
giving you.
let's get to
arc.
Tony's point
Hold
real
on.
quick. Okay.
Hold on, Vincent.
So
I'm
point is,
telling you
the point
exactly
is
what
you
it is.
have
It's a
almost
3-part
6
series,
books worth
literally.
of content. 6 books worth of content, sir, is what I'm. The
Okay,
point.
there's a certain expectation. If it's a 3-part series, you're at least coming up in the second book.
Yes,
and
but
it's
a 3-part
up to your climax.
3-part series is usually
It's a
27
3-part
pages
series.
each, right?
It's a
3-part series of 27
that's
pages.
new. It's 3-part series A, and it's a whole new universe for 2.
See, look at even JP says it's 15 pages. Now, damn, they really fucked up comics. So you're talking 15 pages for a normal story, right? So we're talking 4 times the amount, right? Even more. What was that? 90 divided by 15 is what? Shit. That's like 6 times. 6 times the amount of pages. And you can't tell a complete story. So you have like 6 comic books worth of content. And I'm going, there's not enough story here. And you're like, oh, well, you need to wait for the next one. And we get the next one. So now we got 12 comics worth of content. And you're like, well, no, you just need to wait till the next one. At some point, you go, how much more fucking book do I need before you tell me some shit? It's really simple. And that's what people say. Hey, people
like
are
I
basically
said,
saying,
you still want everything. You want everything done in one book. So everything should
no,
be answered
I want
by
everything.
book 1.
I don't want everything. Did I say I want everything done? Those words.
You
come out
want
of my mouth.
everything.
No, I don't want
solved by book 1.
everything. I don't want everything. No, that's not
So
what I said.
why are
Okay,
you tripping
what
about
did you
it then?
want by the book 2? What would have made you happy, Tony, by book 2?
A coherent story. By book 2, you need to have a coherent story.
What is involved with a coherent story, and how does ISOM number 2 fail on that front?
Well, so ISOM number 1. I don't know if you read it, Vince. Have you read the comic?
I have not, but
Okay.
I do
So
know.
ISOM number 1, we have a woman who is missing. That's what kicks off everything, right? Woman's missing. He goes to go find her. She's presumably with this character named Darren. He confronts him. There's a back and forth. By the end of the book, we don't know where she's at. We presume that she's up to something. Something's happening with her and presumably Darren. The second book, Darren goes away, and we start focusing on these hell demons that he's now fighting.
You're skipping a whole lot of shit. To be honest with you,
What am I skipping?
You're skipping. You're so the first part you have. He's supposed to be looked in for something. He's retired. First off, Isom is retired, or Avery at this point is retired.
Yes.
Okay, he's retired. So he's just chilling, doing minding his business. He gets a phone call saying, "Hey, look, we need to find a girl who's missing."
Do you want me to do like
That's
a
family.
page by page synopsis?
We're not doing
I was
page by
trying to give
page.
him a quick.
Okay, yeah.
It's because you're even with the quick, you're missing out. Basically, the reason why he's looking for somebody is because a favor was called, and the person that called the favor was somebody that's close to him. It was family related.
Does he find the chick in the first book?
No.
Does he find the chick in the second book?
The chick is found, or something that looks like her is found in the second book. What does that even matter? It's part of, like I said, it's part of the story arc. You expect everything to be, so what? You expect it to be done by story 3? By story 3, she's supposed to be found safe and sound, and we live happy ever after?
No. Do you not know how continuous stories go? How many comics have you read in your life, LG?
I've read a few. It's been a minute, but I've read a few. Now, like I said, I like Isom. So
you can like Isom, and it's fine. Your problem is you have a problem with my criticism of Isom. You're saying that my criticism is invalid. Okay, that's the problem we're having here.
Because
I'm saying
like,
this
bro,
is my criticism.
You're legit. To me, it feels like you're being disingenuous. That's what I'm saying.
Is anything I said incorrect?
Because what you're saying is look at what you just said to Vincent. You purposely skipped out the fact that it's a family. It was a family favor, right?
I didn't purposely skip out nothing. I gave him a quick synopsis.
You skipped out the part of the synopsis.
I skipped out a lot of things.
You skipped out the part of the synopsis. I'm not talking about spoiler. I'm not talking about
here's the whole book.
You don't need.
The book starts off 2 weeks early.
You
2
do
weeks
not
earlier
need to.
is when the book starts off, and then we find out that someone is back in town.
This is exactly why I say you're being disingenuous.
Then we get a phone call from
This is why I say this is why. This is why I say
I
you're being
literally went through
disingenuous.
the basic plot of the story so we can move on with the conversation. And
No,
you didn't like that I didn't
said
hit every single point in
no.
the first
You're
book.
hitting. You're skipping points intentionally to make things.
No,
look
I'm not
like
skipping things
inopportune.
intentionally.
That's
I'm
what
literally
Vince
going.
is going
The main
at.
point of the book is he's
That's
looking
what
for a
Tiamat has
girl.
been saying. That's
He's
what I'm
looking
saying.
for a girl. He doesn't
Why?
find her in the first book.
Okay, what about these demons? Is this a plot, B plot sort of a scenario?
No, that becomes the A. That's what I'm saying. You have an A plot where he's looking for a chick, and there's like an evil bad guy, gangster guy, right? And then by the second book, that plot is pushed to the side, and we get a different plot focusing on hell demons, right? And I go, this doesn't jive, right? What happened to the first? Like, I want to continue the first thing that we were discussing, right?
Okay.
Will it be
that's what
resolved
you
in the
want
third one? It could be resolved, but we're not there yet, right?
I would agree if he didn't resolve it by the third one, and that's the end of the trilogy. It would definitely be. There's definitely problems with this.
And there's definitely, if you
but
agree,
those hell demons have a point in this story too. This matter of fact, which you skipped in number 2 because they talk about that in 2.
LG, what point does the hell demons have in the greater plot?
The hell demons are basically, and this is kind of going into spoiler territory, but there's supposed to be like some other big historical event that happened in the Rippaverse universe where there's some like aliens that came through, and they're possibly linked to the same aliens that attacked Avery's house.
Aliens? Now they're aliens? Wait, where are the aliens? I didn't see any aliens in
aliens
the whole book.
hellspawn. I say they're alien because they're foreign to me. Okay, I don't know what they are.
They literally say in the book that they come from a hell dimension. They literally said that's what the book literally says in the comic that you read that you like more than me. That I know
like
that
okay,
it says
fine.
that.
That's fine. Okay, oh okay, my bad. I missed one word. Fucking sue me.
2 words.
Okay,
Hell
anyway,
dimensions, 2 words.
Whatever. Like your face is from a hell dimension. Anyway, that's it. Let me stop. But anyway,
petty.
Very. I don't care.
I don't care either.
That's why. That's exactly why you sat up here.
But you
and made
over
that
here
4
talking
hour
about I'm
live
skipping
stream
shit.
video.
Exactly. I'm skipping
you are
shit
skipping shit.
And then when you get something wrong, and I'm like pointed out, you're all mad
because I mispronounced.
They're not
something.
aliens. They're literally aliens.
Okay,
are literally
I
totally
called them
different.
aliens because that was the first thing my brain went to. And like I said, I had just woke up. Excuse
I literally
the hell out
said
of
hell
fucking
demons.
me.
Vincent literally said hell demons. Everyone was talking
Like
hell
I
demons,
said,
then you said aliens.
Like I said aliens because that's what I like I said. I know what I said. You don't have to bring that this.
Sort of jumping on someone for misspeaking. Do you just see that as sort of misrepresenting?
Like I said, I don't exactly.
That's like
keeps proving a
base.
point
You
every
use
fucking time.
precise language, right? You want
I use
LG
very
to use
precise
precise language, and there's some people
No,
who
no.
don't
Here's the thing.
consider
Here's the thing.
precise
Vincent.
language to be.
No, he wants to use precise language when it fits him.
I don't.
That's my point.
Here's what I want.
That's my
Here's
point
what
of
I
all
want.
of this.
Would you like me to
My
answer what
point
I want?
is,
Here's
my point is,
Here's
he
my
wants to
point.
use precise.
When you call me out for something, don't be
precise
surprised
language.
when I call your ass out for the same thing. Right?
You're not
you
calling
called me out
nothing.
for
You
skipping the
said
plot,
no.
so I called your ass out for having the plot wrong.
And I
That's
didn't
what I
have a
did.
plot wrong. I
You
made
did
a
because they're
mistake.
not fucking
I
aliens.
made a mistake.
They're not aliens.
I made a
They're
mistake and
fucking
called
hell
them the wrong
demons.
thing. I called
Right,
the wrong
that's
thing.
wrong. That
and
would
what
be
I
wrong.
said,
That's
I
what
made a
wrong
mistake.
fucking means.
And I
Wrong
said,
is
and
when
I
you say
said,
Okay, guys,
and I said I
guys,
made a
let's just
mistake.
drop this.
And I
Yes,
called it. And I
LG
said I made a
made
mistake.
wrong mistake
Period.
on
And I
that.
told you why I made the mistake. Okay.
Continue
So the hell
onwards,
demons.
okay?
So the hell demons have a point in the story. That's why he's like, oh, they just showed up. No, they don't just show up. There's some other backstory involved that talks about there was a war prior on that. There was like some war prior.
That's in the book.
In
I'm
there.
guessing.
That's in the book. Yes, it is in the book. Tony didn't mention that.
We didn't even get to that. You cut me off. I got
You
to the hell
said you
demons
just said,
showed
oh, the
up.
hell demons. Hell
They
demons
did show
and
up.
it doesn't jive with me. What? That's literally what you just said, bro.
Because that's
This
literally
is
what
why I
happens.
said-
You go to the second book and hell demons show up. Then there's an explanation later, but they do just show up. They're literally like in the 6th page, they show up. Right?
Like a
that's what
flashback.
happens.
They explain it later with a flashback.
No, it's not even a flashback.
It's
he
not a
goes
flash-
to a
it's like
guy
an
and the guy
exposition.
explains things.
It's like a little exposition that they're trying to figure out because one of the guys attacked him, so he's trying. They got his DNA, and that's where they found it from. That you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, like I said, you only worry about precise stuff when it fits your narrative.
Okay,
that's what
let's
I'm
not get into that territory. Okay, I mean
that's fair.
I mean,
That's
yeah, you might. Your
Again,
opinion.
I don't
is
like Isom. Is that an issue? Is that a problem? Am I allowed to not like Isom?
I didn't say that. I even said that in the video that you talked about.
Okay,
you're more than welcome to having
why are you bringing up my
opinion
of Isom? Why are we even discussing
my criticism?
Isom?
My critique of you is that you have a pattern of being disingenuous. That's the point. And this.
So you don't believe that I don't like Isom?
No, I believe it how you go about it, and not only that, the
what
people
am I
that
being
enjoy
disingenuous
Isom,
about?
Look at your channel. Go look at your channel.
I know what my channel is. I make.
Okay, you know what your channel is. So the Punching Down podcast. Let's talk about that for a second. Do you even know what punching down means?
Yes, punching down means when someone with a higher standing, whether socially, mentally, celebrity wise, anyone with a position of authority,
comes down,
picks on someone from a lower position.
Right. So just by that title alone, that's part one. So you know what a shield is, right? That's problem one.
What's wrong with? How's that a problem?
That's
problem for who?
What's a shield? That's not a problem. Do you not see how bad that looks?
That's why I picked the name. I literally picked the name because of what it means.
So LG, he definitely is fine with being infamous and taking harsh stances or caring what anyone.
Okay, so when people confront him about it,
on so many occasions, I don't believe in punching down. I don't believe it's a real thing. I don't believe that anybody from any sort of position of authority, no one is above anyone, right? We're all equal in my eyes. So it doesn't matter if the Quartery makes a video on me. That's not punching down. We're equals. Okay, I can make a video on him. He can make a video on me. I can criticize LG. LG can criticize me. T-Mac can criticize me. I can criticize Vince. I don't care. In my opinion, everybody is open to criticism. And it doesn't matter if someone's bigger than you, or someone has more subscribers or followers, or someone's smarter than you, or someone has better education or more money. Doesn't matter.
The title is a joke, okay? A joke, in joke.
And I literally say in the first episode, I think I'm smarter than everybody, so that means I'm punching down on everybody. I literally make a point to make a joke about.
To be honest with you, I didn't watch your first episode, and I don't care to, dude.
See, I'm not even. So then, why are you criticizing? If you don't care about it,
because no, I'm criticizing the part where you're trying to talk about me. Okay, let's get that clear. Okay, first of all, and then also, secondly, you're gonna call somebody a shill. What's a shill? What's a shill?
Someone who promotes a product uncritically. That is the local nomenclature. The local vernacular, as it were.
And that's based off of your judgment?
No, that's based off of what the internet calls people shills.
No, I'm saying basically the quality is low, and if people are defending Isom, they're shills because you consider, in your opinion, a low quality.
No, if you like Isom, you like Isom. But if you attack people for not liking Isom, now you're a shill.
No.
If you start white knighting,
no. If you start, because a shill is an accomplice of a hawker, a gambler, or swindler who acts as an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage others. No, first of all, that's where, and I told you it's wrong. The reason why it's wrong is because one, I don't know Eric July. I met Eric July doing this YouTube stuff, so I'm not an accomplice. I don't know him.
Have you never heard anyone be called a shill before?
I've
like
heard
a new phenomenon.
I'm using that actual definition.
And what did I say? What did I say? I said I'm using the local vernacular. That's what I said, right?
I'm using the actual definition.
Do you understand what vernacular means?
I know what vernacular is. I'm using the actual definition.
Explain it to me.
I don't care because I don't care what you're trying to put on me. I said
because you don't know what it means, and that's why you're confused. And we've had this issue with T-Mac.
My point.
My point is, I am saying things that my audience understands.
Okay, so you don't care about what people outside your audience.
I don't give a shit.
Okay, you don't care about reaching out to other audiences and making your own perspective. And that
shit.
Yeah, it definitely does seem disingenuous.
How's it disingenuous? I'm literally
it seems that way if you don't.
No, it seems that way because that's the way you want to live your life. It seems that way because that's the way you want to present yourself. That's why it seems that way because you cannot wrap your mind around the fact that somebody isn't like you, that somebody's different.
No,
that's their own way of thinking.
You're doing a whole lot of projection. You're doing a whole lot of projection.
What projection?
Because
I literally don't care.
I got too many people that hate me. You're probably one of them. I
don't even hate you. I don't hate
Okay,
you.
I said you probably do. Didn't you?
And I'm
You,
telling
you
you I
obviously
don't.
Okay,
don't
and he
listen.
just corrected it. He doesn't hate you. He just
I don't
doesn't
care.
care. And
At
he
the end
does
of the
things
day,
for
but
fun.
okay.
He's shitting on you for fun because you went after him.
Yeah.
I understand the logic behind it.
Because I
And
also
do you have a
lumped him
problem
in
with
the
the
rest of the
ethics of
detractors.
that? LG, do you have a problem with the ethics of him just shitting on you because he feels you shit on him? Were you trying to shit on Tony here?
I was putting him in with the detractors because that's
Okay.
exactly what, from optics wise, that's exactly what he's doing. Point blank.
Okay, and Tony, are you trying to fit in with the detractors? Are you trying to go after their audiences or anything like that? Or you just don't care and just doing what you want for fun? I just want to clarify some things.
I make videos on topics that interest me. I don't care what it looks like to anyone else.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I am trying to amuse myself.
And some people do that. They don't care about the optics.
Which is fine. Which is fine.
Now, if Tony was trying to network with everyone else, like the Phantom Initiative or everyone else shitting on Isom, I think
I've
you would have a
literally
better
shit on
case.
Dane in them. I think Dane is a piece of shit.
Okay.
He tried to call me
Dane,
racist.
Oh, Dane is a piece of shit. That's we can agree on that. We both
Okay,
agree on that.
common ground.
That trust me, the last stunt he just pulled with trying to threaten somebody's family. Oh yeah, that was bad. That was foul. No question.
Okay.
No,
But yeah.
I say with like Tony though, like I personally I have no issues with it. If you want to,
Yeah,
be
but you came off bad. He's right. Whenever you went, well, even if you
Oh,
were angry while you wrote that to him, that
Oh,
did
when
come
I
off
don't
as
like
schizo.
someone, I'm gonna make this thing. And if by the way,
Yeah, but it comes off as crazy, man.
you
Okay?
have never seen me on
unless
a
you
war
know
footing.
someone well, your little long rants to people. Yeah, maybe people who
Good
know you
points,
know
but
that you do it, but you
some
do it
people
to
haven't
a near
seen me.
stranger.
No,
So,
Tony's that guy in the game that would go in the
See, you
COD
keep
lobby.
on just
let him
assuming
finish. Let him
things
just
about
no,
people.
no, Vincent. Tony is
Let him
the
finish.
dude in a game, right? That I play. Like I played Division 2. There's a bunch of people like Tony. They'll sit in the White House and go yep, 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 run their yep, and I'm like 1v1 me. They won't do it, or they do it and they'll go do that.
And Tony did that though.
And
Okay?
after a while, right?
Tony had you on. Okay, he's definitely not.
I'm
multiple
not gonna-
times. Multiple times I've had him
and
on.
by the
Okay.
way, I am not interested in it. Like my thing is eventually at this point with him, and like Vince, like that's a separate thing. I don't particularly care for him, but see, in his
You don't have to like
demographic,
him. Okay,
in
but
his
you should not,
demographic,
you should actually treat him like an individual. I will say that. Try to get to know his perspective.
I would prefer to get to know him, but every time I get to know him, I get a different side, or I'm getting spurned. So if I
Okay, Tony, why do you do that?
If that's the case, then I don't.
Because I
blame you
think
for
he's
doing that.
fucking crazy. I don't want to deal with fucking
And
crazy
you're making
people.
an assumption about him, and not just
No, we literally established he sent me really, really crazy messages.
But he just
Yes.
told you why he does though. Like you could at least. So at what point? So this is
yeah,
just
the line of
right?
crazy. When
Right.
is
Again, I don't care
At this
why
point-
crazy is crazy.
At this point,
Crazy is
at
still
this
just
point-
crazy.
At this point, how come you didn't just nip that in the bud and say, okay, look?
I
let's see
did.
that.
I
Hey, look,
literally unfriended him. I literally stopped talking to him on Discord.
did you-
He literally threatened to demonetize my channel.
Oh, dude,
Did you
Amon,
say that?
really?
Did you do that, Timon? Did you?
Did you threaten to try to get him demonetized?
Basically, he was saying, I do have those DMs, and I'm sitting on them.
You can
Look
sit
on-
on them all you want. You didn't answer the question. Did you or did
Oh,
you
I
not
have
say,
yours leading up to it, and what
No,
you said
dude.
about
So
me
there's
as
more leading
well.
up to it. That's what I. Okay. So
Sunday
there's
is
more
my
leading
day
up to
off.
it.
You're harassing me while I relax. Please go do something productive. That requires you to send me more messages and threaten.
Oh,
to,
and then, by the way, did you not basically go ableist on me and break toss as well?
Oh.
I went ableist on you.
Did you not go, your audience, go ableist and everything else, and then break toss? Because as I...
TOS. No one says toss. Okay, TOS.
I know what he meant, but I don't know what ableism. We
Did
SJWs
you
all of a
not
sudden.
break code of conduct and terms of service?
I
And
don't
all
know
I said,
what
I
you're
was going to
referring
report you.
sir.
Okay.
And I didn't threaten to
What
demonetize
are you
you.
referring to?
Okay.
Did I call you retarded? Is that why you said I broke toss? Did I call you stupid too many times? What was it that
There is a line, and I'm like, no.
Okay, so
what was
so-
the line that I crossed?
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I want to know because it to me
Yeah.
personally, nobody just goes from one end to one end, especially if we're all in the same room. Nobody just jumps from one
I
end to
don't
another.
escalate like
He won't answer any fucking questions.
I
Answer
basically
what
am
line
stop.
did I
Let him
cross?
answer the question. Let him answer the question.
I don't. Okay, people who know me, at least if they know me when I'm.
Well,
in,
Tony
like,
doesn't know you, but
the idea, I'm not going to escalate. Someone throws a rock at me, they don't correct themselves. I will literally throw a boulder.
Okay.
Now,
So can you show?
so are
Can
you
tell us
saying
where that
that
was?
one
Where's
of you
that
got
rock?
us sort of a little bit aggressive, so you got aggressive and it just spiraled out of
You
control?
won't even answer what it was that I got, quote unquote.
you were
aggressive
basically
about.
doing the ableist stuff.
He
insulting me.
keeps saying that. What the fuck does that mean?
What is ableism?
Is that calling him retard? You calling?
Other mental illness, saying someone has issues.
Did
Clearly,
you call him a narcissist? Okay, you need to actually realize when you contribute to this sort of
that's
cycle.
not exactly as being ableist. That's more of a personality trait.
Well, it still can be taken that way.
Are we now sensitive little children that when someone calls you a mean name, we gotta slap a label on it and then run to Daddy YouTube
I've heard
and say,
worse.
Daddy YouTube, please get rid of his channel's monetization.
Worse. Why is
Then
it?
why
that
did you take such an offense to that? Him calling you a retard. People call each other retards all the time on the
I
internet.
actually was not offended. I think I was more.
So
offended.
what was
So
the
you
offense?
just threatened
That's
to
what
demonetize my channel and have me removed from YouTube.
Oh, I had you.
I don't work.
I haven't threatened to have you demonetized.
So what was the actual thing? What can you show the DMs? Can you show them? Like I want to see that. Like legit. I'm not fuck with Tony being mad about. I don't care. I want to see personally.
I'll show.
Because there's because the way Tony's framing it, that's why this is my issue with Tony is that
I'm not framing shit. I'm telling you what it
shit
is.
the way it was.
There's
He skipped
I'm
steps.
telling you, there's no
Basically,
steps.
Vincent, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, Vince? Like he
skips. Basically, here's the thing, and I'll read this right. Like, God, this is awful. Like, Grant, dude is.
Sorry, some unknown DMs. I don't know what the hell.
I have basically asked him, like,
I mean, you can link him. I
did attack his character. This was like after all of like the stuff because what Tony does is how he.
Would you like me? I'll read the DMs.
Oh, I'm going to read them.
Here's the DMs.
Let Tiamat read the DMs.
I'm going to say
he's taking way too long because
it doesn't matter. Let him read the DMs.
Oh, I will. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, read the DMs, Tiamat, now. Come on.
No.
Let him.
You're clearly instigating. When I do a deep dive or start a war, I will not stop. And I
what
will
time
never.
is that?
Oh wait, no. You want to talk about people skipping stuff? Why don't you read the DM before that, or the one before that, or the one before that, or the one before that, or the phone call, or the one before that, or the one before that?
I'm trying to get there first. We're trying to get there.
No, you want the one?
I'm trying to get there, Tony. God damn it!
No. He literally skipped over 6
don't...
other DMs that he said to me before that one he's reading.
Okay, well, we don't know because every time we.
I'm telling you that. That's what I'm saying.
So he wants to start from here.
Every time Tiamat speaks, you want to cut him off. That's where I'm like, yo, this is a red flag right now. Let the man go. That's why I said let him go.
Well, then start where I left off.
So, see, Tony, you're a bitch made, and your audience is as well. You spent 53 minutes talking about me, then lying as well. I gave you a pass, but man, I'm living rent-free in your head. Be civil, or I get uncivil. You won't like it. You won't say it to my face, and we'll run away. Any further actions from you will be deemed hostile. You got your one free pass. Any further actions will be taken as hostility. We understand each other. Be civil. I'll do the same. I consider out of the threat, and I'll act accordingly. Oh, are you this?
I remember that.
Are you this stupid? If you left me alone, if you left me alone, be forgotten about. You aren't that important to me, and you seriously are mentally unstable. And have
This is him
issues
telling me, by the way.
make mine look sane. You're a failure of 40. You're a 42-year-old failure of a man. That is the very definition of a midlife crisis or screams. This, by the way, anyone takes his DMs. This is just me partly irritated.
Oh, now
I had
no,
my
guys,
Sunday blown up,
it's
by
okay.
the way.
It's okay.
Screams, red flag, mental illnesses. You are the attacker. I will defend
I'm
myself
the attacker.
because you kept coming after me in comment section.
Clearly,
You are showing NPD traits with a severe degree. I almost pity you, but you said that mental illness. But you said with mental illness is a reason to be a total. But that said, mental illness is not a reason to be a total asshole. I know the signs of an abuser when I see one, as well as a pathetic piece.
Is this still you?
Yes, this is still him.
Yes.
You know what? You know what I said?
Yeah.
I said I consider this a threat and shall act accordingly. Then
Yes.
everything after that has been him.
Yeah, he actually, I sent this. This was like 11:43 a.m. And I was like, I kind of just fucked off because I was like sitting, drinking coffee. Like, you're clearly instigating. When I do a deep dive or start a war, I never get and give a shit. But you're,
There's a quick question. Hold on, pause that right quick. Vincent, does he have a is he able to show that, like present it?
oh,
can,
I would
either-
not want. You don't want this. May not be. This is not YouTube friendly.
Well, I can still verify everything he's saying. Okay.
This is not YouTube
But
friendly.
yes, this sounds a little over the top. Why the hell did you think this would be smart to do? I mean, yeah.
I don't particularly.
Are you just
care.
shit talking?
Partly it was more or less frustration because the collections of
Sounds like-
his the collections of his messages on his channel as well are pretty bad. But
The
He's
collection
not
of
gonna air
messages
that.
on my channel.
Messages from him or from his fans, okay? Yeah, I can't exactly say
mean-
that doing a sort of a march.
I
on
want to
someone who-
point this out. You're clearly instigating when I do a deep dive because I basically was going to get with Gray and others and just do it down the rabbit hole on him. But I'm like, should I crack open a thing like Dane on him? He's not worth it.
Oh God.
I basically there it goes. Yeah. And I think what is it? As I said, this is very this was actually, I was actually just frustrated with him. You are this way and you're not prepared for this. FYI, I have everything you say. So you'll get effed.
Keep
And
going.
Eat this. If this, you'll get demonetized. And there goes your YouTube money you're talking about. Now, think
Okay, I
long
can
and
see
hard
why
if
he
you're
considered that a
threat.
threat. But were you
Now,
just saying in
think
general?
long and
you
hard if
think
this is a
he's
threat.
gonna
Wait,
get
They
let him-
will
let him
strip
finish
you of that
answering.
monetization and with all their saved receipts and more. You can't spend this in your favor. But of course, I'll sacrifice myself to take you down. And
Oh,
no, don't think of clipping this out of context. Now he goes, now are you threatening
I
my
mean-
source of income? Well,
Oh.
dude, you clearly were breaking TOS, so I could report you.
And
Now,
what I said was, you are now threatening to attack my source of income. You need to
said
turn
that
off the
before.
computer, go outside, and touch grass.
I was on my phone out.
yeah, but does Tony know that?
But-
and what does that actually say?
But see,
said that
but
It
he-
has a
before.
threat on his YouTube channel. That's
That's-
not something you.
That's not
do,
necessarily
man.
it. But he did say. I mean, let's go back and listen to what he just said. Okay, any further action would be taken as a certain way, and then Tony was like, "All right," he could have just left it alone and would have been done with it. I mean, that's from my personal point of view. I could be wrong, but I would have just left that shit alone. Let it die.
Yeah,
Let it be
that's
civil. That's it.
personal perspective. Tony, why did you?
Again? See, here's what you're missing. Literally at 9 on the 2nd, right at 2:33, I said I'm playing Los Edelons, so feel free to see the post. Okay, buddy. Okay, good talk. He posted. He goes, I mean, I was just gonna talk and see if you could be normal. A waste of time on your bad self. Afraid to talk to me, and you wanted to come to the stream I was on. Imagine being a cowardly man and doing this. Even with all the help you had, you got destroyed, and my friends agreed. Then again, see you at some point. You want to argue on stream again, buddy? I win as you run away again. Scream and comment into the void as you expose his low call. Then he tried to call me. Then he put another comment. Man, seriously, you're losing, you failed, troll. Between you and me, this could be resolved peacefully, but don't concede ground to a loser like you. Cope and seethe harder. Then that's
clearly
when
I'm both.
Clearly, all of that shit was before the be civil part, right?
And
so
then
he
I
was not
basically
civil.
said,
so he was not civil. Then he said, "Hey,
"Oh,
be
and
civil."
then I also call you out, and I go, and you're breaking TOS and attacking me as a person through YouTube. This isn't a threat. You shut up on my panel, left comments. The thing is, YouTube doesn't care, and you go, you're the one harassing me. Well, thank you. Are you 42 or are you 12?
So you're claiming I'm harassing you, and when I say, "Dude, leave me alone," you're harassing me. Now you're like, "Oh, you're 42. Why are you so soft
but
about
y'all
it?"
were supposed to. But ain't y'all supposed to be? Y'all already started doing some talking beforehand, from what I'm looking at. So y'all done some talking prior to this. How was that?
Lots of talking of him. Me telling him to leave me alone, to stop. I don't care.
So how did he get on your podcast if you
Because
told him
it was
to stop?
open on Friday. I literally said anyone who wants to come in and defend the Rippaverse or defend anything, you can come on. It's literally open panel.
Okay.
And after the if he wants to do it, because by this point I was actually already irritated. Yeah.
And again, you literally threatened both my YouTube channel and my YouTube monetization. And I continuously told you to leave me
You're going to get your own YouTube.
That was more the implication. Yes,
No,
I
that
agree.
wasn't. I don't think that
It
was the
definitely
implication though. Like it was because he go. But you're missing about what TMS said. Okay, if you're basically saying because you did some things towards TMS, said certain things towards TMS, you could possibly lose your. If
Tiamon has nothing to lose. Okay, look at it from Tony's perspective. Okay,
which is
Tony
fine.
has a channel.
Which is
he's built
I mean,
up.
if he wants to lose his
and
2 nickels, that's fine.
Okay.
And now that's besides the point. But if you're going to make content, there's bigger stuff than him gets demonetized. Now, and my whole last thing
that's a whataboutism practically, Tiamon. Okay, you should sort of address the actual issue.
Because
we all know. Let's stop playing fucking games.
This
okay?
shouldn't.
No,
be.
let's stop playing fucking games. We all know you brought that shit up as a threat. You brought that up to say, "Hey, if you don't behave, Tony, then you're going to get demonetized." That's
okay.
What
Let's
no one brings that shit up unless that's what they're going to do. Okay?
Let's settle that right now. Tiamat, was that the case, or was it because you were frustrated and you was already, or there was stuff that was already
was it
happening?
because you have really poor communication skills?
I do have fucking poor communication skills.
Okay,
when
you
when
really
I'm seeing red.
Which is okay. Which is okay. I can live with
But
that. That's fine. At least
let's be
he's
clear.
honest
Let's
with
be
it.
clear.
But
if I
Tony ain't playing
intended
either.
to report him, there would be a difference because all I said was, if I do intend to do something.
Yeah, but that can be seen as a veiled threat. Okay, it can definitely
there's
be
someone
seen
who's
as a veiled
mentally
threat.
ill as him.
See,
which is,
only mentally ill people will see you mentioning my monetization as a threat.
Oh.
Hey, that's a real nice shop you got there. Be real shame if someone came in and busted all
you
your
got
windows.
2 nickels, man. That's nothing.
Are you a New Yorker, Tony?
No, I'm from the Midwest.
Oh, okay.
See, all I did was if you continue, and then when I tried to be civil is when you started being weird, and then I moved.
What weird? I
along.
literally keep telling you to leave me alone.
I
and to
forgot
go
about
outside
you.
and touch grass. What part of that is weird? Literally, if
Well,
you go to Saggy Melon's comments, I'm talking to Saggy Melons, who pops in to start harassing me in Saggy Melon's comment section. Tiamat, would you like to answer that question?
Oh, doesn't matter. I was going to have you on another thing.
Leave me alone. Yeah. And he says I'm harassing him, but he doesn't realize maybe going over to someone and talking to them is going to cause an issue, right?
Is that annoying?
That's funny. That's funny because you have people come into my chat when I was testing out my my Elgato?
That's not what I said.
Tony?
See, again,
no. But you can't.
Yes, I did. That's not what I'm talking about.
You
though.
can't.
That's
but you can't talk about harassment when you literally do the same thing to other people.
That's not.
That's my point.
You're not
That's
listening.
my point.
Again, you're not listening. I did not say he came into Saggy Melon's chat and talked to me in the chat. I made a comment to Saggy in the comment section.
I
commented
know,
on my
comments.
comments.
I commented on my comments.
And
Which I saw
he's
that.
saying I'm harassing him. I am pointing out that he is.
Yeah,
doing
it definitely seems like a back and forth between the two.
I
if
asked
you wanna- if
him,
you
by
wanna
the
go
way,
back
I
and forth-
asked him
but if-
the other day. I just wanted to point out that he's just a drama tuber. And then eventually I
Okay.
was going to have him on with something with Gray, but then again, it's like you popped up and did this on your own. So,
Well,
popped in
I just wanted to sort of go over the content and
Look, I
Yeah.
have no problem going back and forth with people. I think I've demonstrated that fine.
yeah.
Right?
I agree.
I've never threatened anyone's monetization, anyone's YouTube channel, saying, hey, it'd be a real shame if your YouTube channel got taken down. Did I? No, he did that to me. That's different.
Timon
You're
probably
crossing
didn't
the line.
know
But
what
then
that
at the
is
same
to a
time, I wouldn't
YouTuber,
be.
okay?
oh,
But you also wouldn't be. I also wouldn't be sitting there talking out the side of my neck to somebody either. That could possibly lead to that. But that's just me. But
True.
like I said, and I also kind of find it funny that you're going to sit up here and talk about harassment when you literally do that to other people.
No,
Like,
no, I
seriously.
wasn't
No, no,
talking
no.
about harassment. Again, I was proving a point to Tiamat that he is contributing to the problem. He's making it, framing it as a one-sided, I'm bothering him type situation. And I'm saying, no, you're going out of your way to come bother me. That's
so
what I'm
when
saying.
I asked you,
If he
so
responds to you and you respond to him, and this happens back and forth, you're both sort of contributing. to
Yes.
I was just about to say the
Okay.
same thing. I was
That's
saying
what I
it sounds
just
like
said.
y'all
I
both are
literally
going
just
back.
said that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's a little weird. I admit, definitely going to someone else's channel and finding his comment definitely seems a little weird. I've had that happen to me before. It's creepy.
So when I asked you point blank, right, it's a very simple thing. Where would you like to come on and do something?
And what did I say? Where, when, and why?
And what did I say?
Nothing. There's literally no other comment from you on that thread.
Yeah, like
There
him.
was two.
No, there's not.
There was two,
No,
and I know
sir.
you're a liar.
You want to bet?
Okay.
Maybe he didn't see it. Okay,
No,
don't.
no,
make
it's not there.
assumptions.
Maybe you put
There
something-
is two, and I
On
know
which
I
one?
typed
I'm
it
going
out.
to fucking go right now to Saggy Melon's channel. There's no fucking comment there. It might have got caught in the filter, or maybe
Yeah.
she blocked you. And
Oh,
and
it's not caught in the filter.
Oh my god! If it appears to you but no one else, you're fucking blocked on the channel.
Yeah, you need to check in incognito mode to make sure it didn't get caught or deleted. Okay, Tiamon, don't make assumptions.
I know.
Like when I had Tony on, what did I say? I said, "Here's my Twitter. Contact me." Sent it as DMs. Isn't that correct, Tony?
Yep.
Direct line of communication. But
Let's assume
Tiamon
I got-
doesn't probably have experience, and you shouldn't
I
assume he's lying. I mean, if you can prove Tony's lying about something with actual evidence, like you can go to Saggy Melon and check in incognito mode or on an alt and see if your comment pops up. If it doesn't, he didn't see it either. Saggy Melon.
And then the other one pretty much got. I said, contact me via Discord.
And how would
which
he use
one?
that?
Which one of Saggy Melon's videos was it?
You know the one.
Here, I'll share it. I'm
I
on
got
the
it. I
screen
got
right
it. I
now.
got it. I 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 got it. So
I got it right here, so everyone can see in the audience.
It was
I'm
a
already looking at
response
it.
to a response.
I'm already looking at it. I was already looking for it before y'all said something. Before you put it up.
I sent that chain to you.
So there it is. Right here is where it started. Saggy said, we ain't friends. I said, we ain't friends? Crying face. Saggy says, you don't even say hi to me no more. I said, I've been busy fighting off retards. So then Tiamat shows up. So your
I
quote,
don't see the
friend called you out as a drama tuber. Poor Tony caught in 4K. I said, case in point. One day, Tony, you'll realize that it's odd that common criticism or points made about you, again, pattern of behavior. The worst part is we all see it and you try to deflect it. Oh no. Anyways, why do get mad or deflect when someone is right about you? I haven't. Your tells show, and it does as well on that failure of person that is your lover's sidekick. The fuck are you on about now? Are you ever going to learn to take valid criticism versus deflect like man with an easily damaged ego? Saggy
Okay,
exposed,
I might say-
okay. Exposed and said you had the exact same pattern of behavior.
Tony, I was
you
about to
always
give you
deflect or
a-
switch topics. If you
Tony,
get
I
caught
was
as
about
well,
to give you
till
a
next time,
compliment, but
Frostboy,
want to be a
stay
fucking
mad and
hard.
salty. No,
Now,
no one is mad
I'm
or
looking
salty.
at this,
Saggy
right?
is my homie. She can say whatever she wants. Any other questions? For the record, you're still dodging to come to a panel we are hosting Friday. Extra heroes invited too, but don't be a coward now or prove me right again. Who is we?
where is panel? When is time? Then I said, well, because you didn't answer. Well, what? No instant response, and then you act like an attention-seeking child. I'm not terminally online like you, and don't always answer back if I'm busy or doing something. Can you be an adult? Can you see what I said? You have a pattern of behavior and issues? Yeah. You tell whoever it is you're planning to stream with to reach out to me. I'm done dealing with you. So you're proving yourself a coward. I was right again. I gave you the chance, and you made excuses,
I know what happened.
and you run away. Better not see you talk about this as a victory. You are extremely annoying, and I do not wish to waste my time going in
again.
circles with you.
I know
Send
what
your stream partner
I know
to set
what
things
happened, dipshit.
So
No, dipshit. You're the one who made a fucking big deal when I said you were wrong, and you wanted to fucking call me names. You wanted to call a big deal on this. We had to go to this.
What happened?
Okay, yeah, what happened, in your
happened?
opinion, Tiamon? Okay, come on.
God damn, Tony, chill. Fuck.
Okay.
What happened, T-Man? Talk to us.
It is YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
What
got dropped
happens?
by YouTube. Okay, he's not
The
lying. He did
problem
not
is,
skip.
in the thing it shows up. If it doesn't show up, it is YouTube can sometimes assume if you make a back-to-back post, it calls
If you
it
do a
spam,
link
and it
sometimes,
won't.
okay, different people have their filters set up. This is why assumptions you should not make them. Okay,
Yep, that's fine.
I didn't try
On
to.
my
I did a
my
little bit
end,
of
it went
playing with
through.
Tony here in the beginning.
So what
when I
did you
was
put on
covering
your
this video.
so for the sake of clarity, what did you put on your do you remember what you put through on your end or no? Or do you have
I
what you put in?
do.
Okay, what did you put through on your end?
I still said if you're still interested, contact me via Discord.
And how would he know your Discord?
He still has it. If anyone
Well,
can save DMs, he always could. I
Okay.
forget though, because sometimes, and depending on it, if you do send back-to-back messages before the stupid NPC fucking person wants to go off.
What
I
NPC?
sw-
You
I
literally
swear
went
to
off.
God, dude, you are.
You went
like,
off on me.
Nah,
and I
dude.
proved you wrong.
Let
Now
him-
you're
let
saying
him
I went
finish.
off.
You know
Let
what?
him
I
finish,
was
Tony.
going to praise you.
I don't
I was
give a
going to say
shit.
I was going to say I was
Tony.
wrong, dude.
Tony.
Because here's the thing.
Yes,
This is
you were
why
in the
we're
wrong.
not good in the
Yes.
same room. Because I don't care how this comes off. Please take this down afterwards, Vincent. Because
No, just let it go. Just say what you got to say, dog. At this point, just say what you got to say. You don't need to feel pressure. I can tell you feeling pressured by it. Don't.
I'm not
I'm
mad.
chilling.
I'm going
So-
to drop. I don't want to drop something I want to say because this is not. Because as far as it goes, I'm normally a calm person. Anyone who deals with me normally knows my base levels.
But Tony does not know you like that.
No.
okay?
I'm saying for the record, if anyone sees this, I'm actually irritated with this matter because, okay, traditionally, sometimes the spam filter catches it. And I was going to say I was wrong. But Tony decides in his narcissistic rage to fly off the handle.
No, he is reacting to your
No.
anger also. Okay, this is just continuously
Yes.
escalating. Why don't you both
Right.
take it down?
I'm just saying,
think,
like, hey,
I think at
just
least
let
we
it-
got
let it
this
roll.
cleared up. And
I would
LG,
just
I mean,
let it roll.
you
Go ahead, Mike.
understanding Tony here also?
Yeah, I'm getting. No, I got it. Ain't no thing. Like I said,
still
I've dealt
think
with this before. I got experience with this shit. So I'm like, that's why like when people like have me do this shit like this, I'm like, look, I'm a little bit more lenient. Like I'm like, look, let people go back and forth because that's part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Let people have their little, if they need to if things get a little heated, let it get a little heated for a minute. As long as we can come down and cool back and figure out the problem and issue, we good. I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
But go ahead, continue, T-Matt.
So, is there eventually a back and forth that I've said? I'm like, yeah, because I was going to possibly have it on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if posts I make get caught in spam filters or something does get sent through the phone, because sometimes YouTube is a lovely place. Sometimes it goes through, sometimes it doesn't.
Yes, all this is established. Okay. You
Now,
made an
I
error and
was
you made
probably
assumptions.
in my era because in
You
my
should
mind.
apologize to Tony for calling him a liar. Okay.
Wait, let Vincent let him go. He said in this era.
So I was going to say I was wrong because I sent
Thank
that
you.
message, but apparently I was wrong that it didn't get posted because sometimes if you make back-to-back posts, a spam filter catches stuff or they think it's spam, which is that's
understandable.
YouTube. And
So
when
it's really your inexperience with using YouTube or misunderstanding completely. Okay,
things happen,
leave it at that.
sometimes occurs.
Well,
I'm
the reason why I said Vincent, no disrespect, Vince, I wasn't trying to be rude or nothing, but the reason why I said let T-Mac go is because like that way it'll let him be able to get his
Okay.
apology out.
Give him
Like,
a-
you know what I'm saying? Because he was,
Oh.
he sounds like he's going to apologize. That's am I right, T-Mac? Am I
See,
right?
I was gonna say, if there's a misconception about that, then yes. And
Okay.
by the way, he wants to use hyperbolic language because a person like me and Tony, like we're two separate people. He's allergic. I'd say he's allergic to details. He wants to go off facts, but he doesn't think the semantics of the situation. Me, I do have that tendency to be reductive, but I will sometimes get emotional if I'm mad. And I'm not going to say, oh, I threatened this during monetization. I said, leave me alone or I don't want to report you. It's just, I just isn't that person.
Well, also as a content creator, even I am trying to keep things moving along and smoothly and screaming. Tony, you understand what I'm talking about. You want to get your point across concisely and clearly, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This does not, I mean, maybe it's good for you to, Tiamat, to realize you and Tony just don't mix. Two different people.
You would have thought all the times I told him to leave me alone would have been the hint, but
Yeah, I'm not going to argue. I mean, calling him crazy, definitely seen as an attack from his perspective. You can acknowledge that, and I can understand that why you're calling him crazy because that's some schizo comments, and he needs to calm down on that.
True,
Yeah, but true, but at the same time too, you can't you
And he
can't
shouldn't
sit up here and
actually
have live
even-
streams with people like talking about people in their live streams and thinking that's gonna like if I have a problem with somebody, right? And I'm saying, hey guys, and then my audience is like, you know, wanting to know what's up, and I'm like, hey y'all, don't entertain it, leave it alone. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm
Tony
dead.
has
And
a
matter of
different
fact,
perspective on it, and it
matter of fact, if
definitely might get him
anybody
into trouble, I mean, you,
right.
Tony, you realize by engaging with people like Timon and probably people even worse than him, if you grow or keep on going, is this the first time you dealt with someone like this?
oh no, I've dealt with crazy people all the time.
Okay.
Jesus.
No, not him. He's pretty sane.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We got that sort of out of the way. Okay.
Do you see every time I try to just be nice? It's like
yes,
I
but then you go on like the ex-lover thing. He doesn't respond, but he also
no.
did-
I apparently apologize and I'm ready to move along, but it's like you gotta pick that scab off.
Were you
and
ready
take
to
your
move
shot.
along when you literally came over to the comment section and started talking to me?
Again, this was squashed.
we did kind of we are trying to move on from that, Tony. Like, come on now, like like he apologized, Tony. Now you don't have to accept the apology. I'm just saying, like you ain't
We're
gotta
just
accept
like
it.
we're just like
Just
oil
at least
and
we.
water.
I'm
Tony.
at least I'm at least saying at least I can attest to this because from my point of view, because T-Man knows I'll tell him, you know, and we just started talking like more like once again within the last week, so he'll know. I'll tell him if he's wrong, and I told him he was wrong about something last week when he was asking me about something similar to this. Okay, so he's wrong in that aspect, but Tony, you don't get to keep kicking the man while he's down or keep trying to like somebody just said, pick the scab and thinking that it's gonna make it worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
I
now,
can
like,
see how Tony sees if Timon
I'd
keeps
say-
coming after him trying to react to him. And he's making content out of it. He's got the content brain, sort of like Eric
He has
July
the
does.
content
Eric
brain.
July-
I also too.
Eric
as
July
well.
does something much worse, in my opinion, than Tony here. It's very similar dynamics. Monetize your haters. You can't. If Tony's doing something bad, Eric July definitely does the same thing, maybe even worse. So
how is that worse?
Okay.
Though? Because the people that like the monetize your haters section, these are people that came after him. Like, and some people, most of the monetize your haters, especially the live streams, they've willingly wanted to talk to him.
Yeah,
and
he
they
willingly showed up
Timon's
on my
doing the
stream.
Same thing, yeah. But was that the first time, or what? Did it
First,
start
second,
it
and
when you
third
were-
time.
So after he came after you, you were notified of the stream and you came into the chat there.
No, when I came to the stream, I seen it, and I said, "Hey, let me see what this is about." And I was talking in the chat.
Okay.
This apparently upset Tiamat, and then he came over to my stream to then bother me.
Okay. So Tiamat, he really wasn't trying to attack you. I understand why you felt that way, trying to disrupt the stream, in your opinion. But
No, I just asked him basic and moved.
There was literally like 3 people in the stream. I'm sorry that I'm used to chats with more people, and when I go into it, I talk, and the people that are actually streaming have a back and forth with the people on in the chat. Right? This is the world that I come from, where people talk to their chat, but they don't just talk on a live stream, and the chat just is there that exists. Okay? If you want to just
Okay.
talk, just make a video. If you and your buddies want to talk about a thing, make a video and then put it up on the channel. Right? But if you're a live
There
stream,
was
you're
more
supposed to
than
have
3 in that chat. There you go, lying. But that's besides
Okay.
the point.
See,
in bar
that-
standards,
and that-
Tony has to
Shut up,
deal
Tim.
with me on a weekly basis. That's how he able to manage lunatics so easily. I guess you got a little
How you doing,
crazy.
Finbar?
Spur.
Traditionally, I deal with crazy as well. But some
Finbar is
days
my
are better.
co-host, the one that team.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Well, he's the
no.
crazy one. Interesting.
Actually, no.
I mean,
there's
can't you tell by the picture? I'm joking.
Well, that
No,
would be
but-
the implication. We have also Alpha Eagle still in there. You call him crazy to provoke him. You
I literally
pretend
said
like
that.
you
I was
don't.
making fun of him, mocking him.
See,
So-
the thing too
So
is,
and that okay, so that goes back into what we were that goes back into what I was
Yes.
saying. So you do this stuff to provoke people, and then you want to
are shocked with the reaction.
call people out for it. Like to me, it doesn't make sense. So why provoke people, and then knowing you're going to get a
He sees it
reaction?
as provoking. You got to understand his
It doesn't. It
perspective.
doesn't matter what he sees it as.
And yeah,
like you said
well,
earlier, facts.
I
It-
literally said, if somebody provokes me, I will provoke them back. If you poke me, I will poke you back. So as long as you never poked me, you don't have to worry about getting poked back.
Okay.
See how that works?
Sure.
Yeah, but
Sure.
if
But you
people-
And I'm
have to know
okay with it.
that-
I'm okay
what
with
I'm-
us
what I'm
poking each
saying-
other for the rest of we can do this every single week. You can make a video on me, and I'll make a video on you, and then you make a video on me. I can do this back and forth forever. But the second you start going, oh, wait a minute, this is too much. Oh, I can't handle it. Oh, this is harassment. Oh, I got a terms of
But
service.
Are you
Then,
gonna
then
gloat
I
about
have an
that?
issue. Because
But
again,
see, but
you
then-
came
but
at
the,
me.
Okay.
Don't
but
be
that
mad I
doesn't
came at
mean-
you.
But that doesn't
Okay,
mean
just
you're
because
gonna
I'm
poke
better
at
at it.
somebody.
Just
No,
because
no,
I'm better at it.
no. But
okay?
there are certain things. There's certain
I'm
things
better
you just
at
don't
it.
poke
Yes,
at
I am
No,
better
you're
at
not
coming
better
at
it.
people.
No,
That's why you're
Okay,
upset.
sure.
Because
You
I
have
came
a
at you
No,
harder.
I'm
personality
not.
more
No,
suited to it.
no, because
Yes.
what I hit you on,
And then I
was
hit you
your YouTube
harder.
channel.
And that's
No,
what you got mad at.
I hit you on your on topic, which was
And I
your
hit you
YouTube
with your
channel
business.
and how you that which is
Yeah,
irrelevant
that
to what
seems
it
like a
was.
switching of the discussion.
Not really. Again,
That is
again,
a
you said,
that is a
you-
goalpost.
Did you say
That
you're
is a
better at
goalpost
business than me?
switch.
Did you say you're better at business?
And
than me?
what did I have up on the channel? What did I have up on the channel? I
And
had
you
your
said
YouTube,
you said I have more subscribers than you. I am better
which
at
is my
business. I am
YouTube.
better at business.
You can.
And I said
guess,
it's
which,
stupid.
regarding
And I even
to
said
your
in my video,
YouTube.
it's stupid for you to go having more subscribers equals better at business. And then I mentioned the fact that your LLC
YouTube
is out of
business.
business. It's out of business. You didn't say YouTube business. You didn't say I'm better at marketing.
YouTube.
And I even said in my video, if you said I was better at marketing or I'm better at promoting my channel or I'm better at getting subscribers, then I wouldn't be talking about this. But you literally said the words better at business. And
So
because
once
why?
again, you're
Because
arguing-
I
so
went
you're
after Eric
arguing-
July's business.
So
you
you're
had problems
arguing
with me
semantics.
having problems. No, not semantics.
No,
because
I
the
said,
whole-
and I said, wait, and I said in my
what was
video,
the whole larger
I
conversation?
said
What was the
that
larger
the o-
conversation about?
the larger
Eric July's
conversation-
business. You were talking. You were
my
criticizing
conversation
me
is
going after
you-
Eric July's business. Eric July's
and the people,
business.
and I said the people said that people that go after Eric July, they normally
business.
have
You
less.
said people that go after
they-
Eric July's
They,
business.
the people that go after Eric July are literally
See?
the ones that they do this because they have to. And I even said that in the video. Did I not say that in the video?
Want us to bring up the video? Could we bring up the video?
I can bring up the
Okay,
video.
which video? Your
And
video.
I mean by business,
His
I
video.
mean YouTube. Yes, my video.
Your video. Okay. Sure.
But when I'm talking
Vin-
business, I'm
Vincent's
talking
over
about
it.
with YouTube. But no, Vincent, if you don't want to do it, Vincent, then hey,
Oh,
don't
that's
even worry about it,
fine.
dog.
I'm here
If
to
you're over it-
understand. I'm
Because like I
Sorry.
said, my thing is, like I said, you can go back and forth. We can go back and forth, fine. But like I said,
Yeah.
I'm keeping it in terms of you're talking shit about the Rippaverse, and I'm like, okay, I'm going off a pattern here. The people that have talked shit about the Rippaverse, it seems like they're ankle biting. And I can break, like I said, I'm giving clarification. This is my clarification. I know what you're talking
right
about.
here.
But
I
my
have the video
clarification.
up. I have the video and the
I know you
timestamp
have
right
the video
now.
up,
Okay.
but I'm clarifying what I mean by what I say with a better at business. I'm talking YouTube.
But here's the again. I was not reacting to you clarifying, LG. I was reacting to your
I'm
video.
talking about business.
So it doesn't matter
That's
what you're talking about.
I'm talking
now.
about the business of YouTube.
Right,
That's exactly.
That's great. That's fantastic.
But it's in the video. No, it's in the video. But
well,
it's in the video.
Let's watch the video then.
It's in the video. I'm talking about. Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's just get the facts. I'll actually...
you start dogging on people on the Rippaverse. That's where we have the problem. My issue with this guy is that he's literally doing all of this shit, and then he wants to claim that he knows so much about business when he only has 1.44K subscribers.
Once again, that's YouTube.
Now,
business.
I don't know about you guys, but and I don't like to toot my own horn, but I think I have way more subscribers than him. If I were to, I don't know, look at my channel real quick and let's see, you take a look, see. Oh, look, I have 7.38K.
Pause it right quick. Hold it. So
And
wait,
these people,
what does
they
that
do
have
this-
to do? So what does that have to do? So notice how I was talking about strictly about the YouTube.
You said
Better at business. I know what I
he
said.
wants to claim he's so good at business. Not he's so good at YouTubing. Not he's so good at getting subscribers. He's so good at business. And then your justification for why you're better at business was that you had more YouTube subscribers.
YouTube subscribers, exactly. Which is good.
Right. So you're better at
YouTube
business.
channel.
You're better at business because you have more YouTube subscribers.
YouTube.
I took it as business. I took it as business.
Okay, well, that's
so
your
it's
problem.
a misunderstanding completely. You
And I
just
literally,
meant
if
to
you
say about
listen to my
doing
video,
YouTube
I literally
channels.
say that in my video.
There's also so much involved in that. How long you've been YouTubing, what sort of content you got your subscriber.
But again,
right,
you're talking business. You said business.
Like I said,
and I
so
brought up
to
your
answer
business.
what Vincent. So what to answer what Vincent said? So say that again. You said the content. It brings content, the length, content, all of
How
that. Right.
long
That's
you've
what you
been
said?
on, what sort of content, what sort
Content,
of
okay.
audience you're going for.
Exactly.
Okay,
Which
he
is
definitely
cool.
does seem,
So-
and I can understand why he would take issue with you switching to his actual personal business.
Because my business is not connected. Okay, that LLC is not connected to my YouTube at
But
all.
Tony's
That's-
a
that's-
journalist. He goes deep and looks for the facts.
Well,
You bring up
here we go.
business.
Well, hold on, because you know
Okay.
what? We want everything, right? Yeah. Listen to the rest of the video.
Okay. You added to stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
already added.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
There you
I just need to switch.
even though I only have 1.44
All right, I gotta go back.
fans, right? Everybody that's a fan of Eric July is somehow room temperature IQ. And I'm so smart. Look at me, guys. I'm so smart that even though I only have 1.44K subs, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know how to run a business.
I know how to run a business.
I still think he's trying
Once again,
to
I'm
stay
talking
with
about
YouTube.
YouTube. Once
And he's
again,
just
with
being
YouTube.
I know how to
unclear
run a
with his
business.
speech.
Is YouTube's running a business?
You can run
I know
a
how to
business on
run a
YouTube.
business. You're literally
You can
saying
make
you're
YouTube a
making
business.
fun of me and saying, "Hey, he's only got 1,400, and
I
he's
know
claiming
what-
he knows how to run a business." Because I literally
YouTube.
talk about running Eric July and that he's running his business incorrectly. That's literally what I talked about. So you responded.
But I was once again
complaining
going
about
back.
my
I can
business
see
running
why
your
Tony
YouTube.
would misunderstand.
I
Okay,
get that, and that's why I'm here to clarify it. But I'm talking about YouTube. Period. That's it. There is no
Hold
other.
on,
any
let's
buts.
keep going.
You can keep going all you want, but it still goes back
Huh.
to YouTube.
Huh?
Well, if you knew how to run a business, you wouldn't have Eric's and Rippaverse name it consistently in your mouth.
If I knew how to run a business, I wouldn't have Eric in the Rippaverse's name consistently in my mouth. What does that have to do with
Once
YouTube?
again, exactly with YouTube. What do you think you're doing with your channel?
I think LG's trying to say that you're clout sharking off of Rippaverse.
That's
that
exactly
you're
what
getting
he's doing.
subs and views off of his name instead of your own content.
Can I
Frankly,
say
I don't like this argument, but
I
can
exactly what
understand
my
why
argument is.
some people have
Vincent,
that
can I say
perspective.
this? Because I've seen a YouTube, right? Because like I've seen in chat I make this point. It's like I have seen channels that, regardless if you make content, and at least the YouTube of old versus YouTube of new, let's say you were in one sphere, you'd be recommended that one sphere unless you topped over to another. Now, the problem now with certain people, this is, trust me, just my point, you see, Tony may have at one point, hypothetically, picked up on the Eric July thing, whether or not he wanted to cover it. And this is when I started seeing him, and I think I've explained it to him, I see people in his audience that come and move around this sphere as well, from one YouTube creator to another YouTube creator. Now, sometimes when two spheres get crossed, that's another fandom that gets knocked, they knock themselves into. Just a line of logic. So there's other crap that comes with that. So once Tony interjected himself into Renowned Zeros or other people's diametrics or metrics,
or vice versa, right?
He gets all the crap that goes along with it, whether he plays it for show or plays it for what he thinks his channel is. Now, he's not the only one I've ever seen guilty of this. This either makes your channel grow some or screws your metrics and splits it like the Titanic and it eventually sinks.
That's
but
fantastic.
So it's also one of those things. Like when I make content with Gray and them, or you, Vince, I try to stay in one. It's like if we're going to do it, like I go, I'm not going to go to this diametric opposed.
That's fantastic. What is there a point coming?
That is a
sometime?
separate. You have involved yourself.
Well, I think I know what Timon's trying to say. When two communities sort of match up, they just see what they want to. They see the surface level from the start, and they don't look much deeper into
Right.
it.
And all they know is what the
don't
person
care
is.
about any of that. You
Yeah.
make a
But
video
when
about
you-
me.
but my
I make a
thing is,
video
when
about
you
you.
when you
You
involve
talk about
yourself
me,
in Eric July,
I talk about you.
Let's
when
let
you-
T-Man finish.
when you involved yourself in Eric July's business, or you started putting yourself into the Rippaverse stuff, regardless of it, you should have known, because I think on your stream before I was all hostile, I said you always see the same 4 people on Twitter. I can pretty much play bingo with the people when I open up Twitter
Wrap
or
it up.
X, basically responding.
Okay, yeah, get to the point. Okay.
Okay.
This is getting
You
a
have
little...
involved yourself in a sphere that is full of recycling hatred towards one side or the other. Me, it's just, I look at it as in a fandom.
And I don't care. What part of that aren't you getting? If you come at me, I come at you. It's just that simple. I don't care about fandoms.
Yes.
I don't care about spears mixing. I don't care about cats and
course you
dogs
don't
living
care.
together. And
Yeah,
all
you're
kind of
bringing up a
pandemonium.
lot of complex ideas, Tiamat.
Which is not
just
which
keeps
is
going, I don't care, I don't care. He will clown on
and
you, and he
you know what?
cares about the facts. He's very,
Very,
sorry,
very
Tony.
consistent.
I mean, if
seem,
you
you seem
my
to be
ass,
just
but
about the
okay.
facts or the fun. That's how I'm seeing it here. Facts are fun. Everything else is just
And
content
again,
to you.
You
And
want to make
people who
videos
don't
on
agree-
me? Make videos on me. You want to talk shit about me? Talk shit about me. But I'm going to do the same. I'm going to give it to you in kind. Now, if you want to start talking about monetizations and in terms of service and getting you thrown off YouTube, that's when I have issues, right?
Yeah, I can understand that.
That
Because
I
again,
set that aside.
You don't do that, Tiamat, okay?
When I
Okay, yeah, but we
that's
already-
been
we already-
established that I know I went
Yes,
too
established that you misunderstood and you apologized.
and
for that.
I pulled back quickly. You even know I did in the background.
Okay, so that's good. So then we're at an understanding. If you
Okay.
you don't want me to
Now
talk,
I say if you're going to beat Tony,
But
my
Tiamat also has a point too. Like y'all, like I know Tiamat's long-winded, and I get it. I mean, Tony, you shouldn't be complaining about this because obviously you're
redundant.
long-winded too. But
I'm verbose
reductive.
like a motherfucker.
you know what
I
I'm
am
saying? Like y'all
reductive.
both,
But I'm
y'all-
entertaining when I'm verbose.
you know what I'm saying? Like y'all, it doesn't make a difference. I'm over here listening. So y'all both got some points. I mean, good and bad otherwise. But still, Okay. You can't sit up here and be okay with it when it's you, and then everybody else got to wrap it up. Let the man go.
But
That's
LG, you get what I'm saying, right?
I get what
when
you're saying.
What he doesn't get it. When you go into from one community to another,
You're gonna catch a backlash. You're gonna catch some kind of backlash somewhere from somebody. And Tony says he doesn't care. Allegedly, he doesn't care. He's just gonna allegedly do what he wants. That's what and that's what Tony's saying.
You're a robot, Vincent.
Vincent,
Okay,
Vincent,
robot.
Vincent, you might want to check your connection. That might be time. That might be means it's time to go.
Unfortunate. No,
Yeah,
but I'm not mad at you. Like it's you have. Oops,
Is he?
It'd be bad.
Well, it looks like I'm running the show because I'm in the number 1 spot. So here's what we're gonna do, gentlemen. We're gonna play Who Has a Better Ass. I vote Scarlett Johansson.
Okay,
Scarlett Johansson.
But no, legit, Tony. I know you don't care about when you go into other people's sphere.
I got way
How
more
would
other-
you
I got a whole
phrase though?
Ah, Vince is back. Like we can't.
Yeah. Okay. Is it madness? Yeah. I got disconnected.
No,
I
it's
had to
fine.
restart.
But I
Okay.
want to say this
Okay.
though, Tony. Like I do
Yeah.
despise because, like, I think at one point, like during I think it was an Air July thing, I asked like engaged with chat. I was like, did they care about the age? Okay. When you look at like YouTube dramas, like did anyone on YouTube really win? This is my opinion on the H3 versus versus Keemstar. No one wins. Like literally no one wins in that because
Those
there's
videos are
blowback from it.
Those videos are basically just leaving it open to the court of public opinion at this point. To be honest with you.
And I already told you, Keemstar won, in my opinion, because Keemstar showed up to my chat. Ethan Klein hasn't. If H3 shows up to my chat, I will change my opinion. But
No,
right
but
now,
I said, did that
Keemstar
not
wins.
have? Now the thing to it is, like, I also bring up with that as well. It's like when I look at two sides that are clearly in the wrong, even though a lot of my stuff started with Gray and them when we started covering the fandom initiative.
Yo, fuck
I
the
did
fuck
not.
up,
I
Peter.
did not look at Eric July and Bob's debate as good. I looked at it as entertaining, but there were good points in it. But it devolved into blood sports.
That's great. That's fantastic. It has no bearing on anything I do.
I know. That's why I said I keep in mind.
It has nothing to do with this conversation. This whole chat.
Yeah,
The whole purpose we're
Timon
here.
tends to get off topic.
You're fine,
really
but
easily.
you basically don't have the concept of it. But you also
I
get
have the
yourself
concept.
in
I
there.
just don't care. I'm not trying to become the next fucking PewDiePie.
I'll say this
okay?
and I'll let you. I'll say this and let you. Now, LG, right? I disagree. Like, what did I say to you, Tony? I disagree how renowned. See, I told you, your metrics don't line up with what Renowned Zero was covering. He shouldn't have gone after you on views because he goes after the Rippaverse drama. You probably weren't. You said yourself you weren't invested in it. Now, realistically, sure. Now, if I don't like it when people from different spheres go, I have more views than you. Well,
Yes, it's
those
lame.
interaction metrics are entirely separate.
Yeah,
like-
but I won. I have more views on Social Blade, so I win.
Yeah,
So
he
it's a
definitely
blade.
wins. I'll agree. Tony wins. I don't really know about that, but
It's fine.
you don't
but-
even have a channel team on. Okay, he's got me
No.
beat. LG is the king, obviously, but yeah. I'm gonna try to wrap it up. I hope some understanding and some
All right.
craziness, unless anyone has anything else to say.
No,
Wish
do
I could
gotta
have made
get up
this
outta here.
more entertaining, but
No,
sometimes
I
it's good just
think they got it. I think it's plenty entertaining for the audience.
okay.
So,
I'm
but yeah,
glad.
I
for that.
do gotta
I
say-
do
I-
like to.
Well, I mean,
have
aired
understanding.
grievances. I'm not, and I'm going to say this.
Sometimes
Like-
it's good to do that.
It's the thing to it is I despise generally because when I do something, I prefer to stay in the section that I'm in. And if you like Tony, I say, why don't you stick to something? Now,
Why should he? Why should he?
I don't
Okay,
know if
give
he
him a
does.
good reason. I sorry, Timon. I can't. Get
I
behind
sometimes
that.
feel that his channel, like when I gave him least advice, I said if he stuck his channel to one particular metrics, he could probably grow.
Yeah,
Even
maybe he
though
doesn't want to grow. Maybe he's just
That's
doing this as a
fine.
hobby, having fun with it. Okay, you got to realize different people have different motivations.
What channel is it that you have that you can point to and say, Tony, this is why my advice is valuable to you because I have a big YouTube channel and you can learn from me.
Yeah, ethos there. Okay,
I
you
mean,
can
that
try to
doesn't-
pursue things
I
with
mean, that's not
logic,
always-
emotion, or authority.
Yeah, it does. It does, Lawrence. If T-Man had a channel or he hung out with big YouTubers, something where his advice would hold some weight, then I'd say, yeah, maybe I should listen to him, right?
I prefer not to out my own connections, but
That's what people with no
Fair enough.
connections sometimes say. Sorry, that's how people see it.
Jokes
Okay?
aside, but
Jokes aside, I do talk to big YouTubers, and I will out my connections. Okay, I regularly have conversations.
That's why if you're gonna go into an that's why
why
you're
what?
gonna be that's why when you're gonna go, oh, okay, explain.
Take your time.
This is
Take your
actually
time,
while you're
please.
here. What was your thing when you were
before you do, I do got to get up off here because I'm hungry as shit.
Yeah,
and like I said, I just woke
Yeah,
up. I'm
we
hungry
should,
as shit.
as I was saying earlier, we should wrap
I
up.
gotta go to work in 4 hours. I'm going to
Okay,
bed.
yeah,
off.
let the man go to sleep. So wrap
I'm
things
already.
up, guys.
I just want to
But
ask.
I'm gonna step off. I'm gonna step off here. Y'all kiddies have fun.
You want to say anything?
Well, hey, first off, I was actually shocked you let me on. Appreciate you let me on.
Well, I like to talk to people and try to get understanding. I've seen you and Gray. Don't necessarily agree with both of you, especially not Gray. But
fair enough.
Yeah, nice talking to you,
that's
having
fine.
you on the stream. I hope
We'll
you
talk.
and Tony have an understanding of each other now.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to sit down. Like, let me know if you whatever you're available to talk. We'll talk. But yeah, no. Like I said, I already told y'all my issues is, like I said,
I'm trying
all
to
that
set up
extra,
other
all the
things.
extra BS stuff. Like I said, I don't mind the back and forth. You can go back and forth with yourself. I don't care. But like I said, all the other extra bullshit. Come on now, let's just don't get mad when people confront you about it. That's all I'm saying. But other than that, I'm out of here. Y'all kiddies be easy.
Responds in kind, it seems like, but
That remains to be seen. But anywho, I'll get y'all later. Y'all,
That's what
I
he
gotta
says.
go. Bye.
Yeah. No.
So I just want to say, what's on? Like, if you're going to do, and I get it, if you want to have like the integrity, what do you get out of going?
When did he bring up integrity? Maybe with his journalism.
Okay, that's at least I call weird. Why would you divide your base? And I guess this is just a decision. I guess that's why I don't understand. Clearly,
My content. Here's what you don't understand. So I'll explain it to you.
I want to
I will
ask
explain it to you.
specific.
No, you don't have to.
Why would you divide?
Come on,
telling
you asked him a question. Let him
I'm gonna
explain.
tell you.
that
I know what you're going. I know where you're going. And I'm
Come
gonna
on.
answer
What
your
you
question.
did yesterday.
Listen, my content is me. I'm the channel.
All right.
I'm the thing that people come to see. Doesn't matter what I'm talking about. I'm the content. Okay. When people tune in, it's because they want to hear my opinion on things. Whether it's video games, whether it's movies, whether it's wrestling, comic books, they want me. That's the way I've built my channel, around me.
That's
so that
actually
way
how
it's
most
always
channels are
evergreen.
built.
Right? Doesn't
So
matter what I
this
do.
is
People are coming to talk to me. So I don't have to worry about algorithms. I don't have to worry about putting on certain videos and doing things because they want to come to see me because they like me.
Yes, the algorithm can help spread him, but there's a
No, we're not spreading anything. Come on,
He's not trying to go with.
I don't go that way.
Oh God.
No, though, but no. The reason I asked that question is like with your, because I think it's weird though, because like if you claim to have friends and like network,
I do, and we've talked about this.
Okay,
they tell me all the time that I shouldn't do this. This is not how you.
Why would you?
channels that-
I just was
because
curious why you
I
divided.
want to have
If
fun.
JDS and EVS are friends, why would you do the stream you did the other day?
Why? Because it was an interesting topic I was interested in, and because they're not soft and they understand. I literally talked to JDA today earlier.
And I can
Ethan literally liked the tweet I did earlier today because there's no
That
hard
makes sense.
feelings between us.
Yeah,
And I can
having
get
a
that.
heel or someone to bounce content off of is actually a really good thing for content creators. It's when you hold.
You
grudges
realize
and
EVS
animosity.
did a stream about me, right?
Probably. Once
Oh, see how neither one of us have hard feelings about each other.
I'm sure it's a reciprocal cycle.
No, it's because we're adults. We're adults who know that we can have opinions and we can disagree on them and we can
And you're not
verbalize
gonna
them for
try
our
to
audiences.
cancel him.
Yeah, I'm not trying to cancel EVS, and he's not trying to have me cancel.
Okay.
No, that's just all I get in that it just is sense. I just wanted to hear it because I've been trying to get it from him twice.
I'm
So,
not humble at all, Alpha Eagle. What part of this I don't think people seem to understand.
Oh, you're so humble, not full of yourself, Alpha Eagle.
I'm very
I
full
swear.
of me.
Okay.
Well, at least
I
you
guess
admit
it's
it.
from a perspective because I'm more used to a linear version of YouTube.
Yeah, stop having expectations that someone has to fit in the box. Different content creators
I
are going to
know.
appeal to
I
different
tried to do-
audiences. Look
Same.
at where I hang out with Kidith and her debate diagrams.
None of us, that makes sense.
It's quite interesting, but it's a very niche market. Talk to Parallax about that. But yeah, Tony, you want to wrap up? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm fine with people coming in, and I'm glad you were fine with coming in like that.
Like I said, I am always open to talk to people. I'm always open to have disagreements. I'm always open to fight with people, yell at people, scream, have internet blood sports. Just be aware that when you come at me, I'm going to come back at you. That's it. Now, I got no problem with you, Vince. I'm not making a video on you because you didn't say anything that really upset me anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
You didn't like my opinion, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah. I think you just don't consider a lot of background information, and that's your prior. If you want to just go straight facts and mix a little bit of humor, I think that sort of muddies the water, but I think it's acceptable in terms.
Yeah. Well, you're probably not going to want to tune in tomorrow because we're going to be talking about Melanie Mac all night.
Yeah, I don't really care much.
God, Bob killed that to death. I can't even.
Oh
look at a
no,
video.
Bob can't kill anything to death because you see,
he's
nobody does the research that I do. Nobody pulls out the things that I pull out. Now, we're going deep down.
They murder stuff down to the ground.
Yes, we all know that. We don't want to. I generally don't want to deal with Phantom Initiative content.
I just say, as a ground, like any topic that gets done to death on YouTube, I have a massive aversion. So,
Well,
like,
good. Then I won't have to worry about you showing up tomorrow. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to do more Melanie Mac content.
I wish you
guys.
luck.
56K. We've turned the channel into a Melanie Mac only channel. It's going to keep TMAT away.
Yeah,
I wish you luck on that. I mean, chasing algorithm or chasing interest, I think that's just an odd choice.
Yeah,
not chasing
we have
either.
established that. Okay, I don't really
joke.
chase anything.
Again,
Yeah.
Tony, sense of humor.
It's not
Yeah, but you keep on just hitting up the same points and bringing up diversions. I keep talking to you about it. So,
if I was just saying it. He does him. The other stuff I have.
Okay, I'm just closing down the stream. Take care, everyone. Interesting. Bye.
Peace.